everyone! How are we doing on this fine summer's evening? I am Sven, aka DREADKNUX'S. It's been a while, hasn't it? Like, the last time I've done one of these is, well, many years ago, when I was actually probably doing the Sonic Stadium's 20th anniversary stream. You have to excuse this weird thing going on with my hair. I am now 40 years old, which means that my hair will have its own way of working, its own kind of biochemistry or something. So it's going to want to go all over the place and not be like completely like awesome like I want it to be. But also I have two tiny little desktop fans on the side here, because if you live in the UK like I do, it is currently very swelteringly hot. So no one's got time for the level of heat that's going on right now. So it's all going on. We've got a couple of people in the chat today. Very nice to see some of you guys. Project Phoenix Productions. My good friend Pete. He's joining the old stream. Say hello. Happy birthday, dude. From Sonic Ultimate. Nice to see you too. So thank you very much for joining the stream. And obviously the Spin Dash is here too. GX is here to just make sure that things are going swimmingly and that my hair doesn't go too out of control. Look at this, look, it's just, I'm thinning. I used to have such lovely luscious hair back in the days when I was doing the Sonic Stadium as a wee 15-year-old boy. That seems like so long ago now, doesn't it? But it is what it is. I'm here because, you know, I wanted to do something special for my birthday with you guys. I know there's a lot of people that have been asking about, you know, I've done some videos on TikTok like about 6 months ago, and people were like, hey, you should do more of that stuff. I thought, well, yeah, maybe I will when I got the time, and then I just never had the time. But that is going to change. I'm going to have a very concerted effort to like at least do, you know, maybe a stream a month or something, you know, get on board. You know, GX and Knuckles87, they're doing a fantastic job managing video content on the Sonic Stadium channels, and you know, I thought, you know, I should get in on that action, you know, try and do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So thank you for joining. It means a lot to me. I know, yeah, I know I'm not like a familiar face in the community these days. I'm kind of more behind the scenes, but back in the day, you know, I was doing a lot of podcasts, a lot of Sonic related Sonic Hour shows, and people used to tune in a lot for that. So it's nice to do this sort of thing and kind of get, you know, sort of feedback in real time as well as I'm doing this. So yeah, happy birthday to me. Not to be all about me, but this is about me, so it is my birthday. So as you can see, I'm wearing Sonic for the occasion, the old Sonic Adventure Music Experience top from the UK gig that we did a couple of years ago. Say a couple of years ago now, it's more like 6 years ago in December, so that's scary when you think about how time's just flown, really. But yeah, I'm wearing some tops. I've got some cool presents. I dug out a CRT TV because my dear old mother, she's clearing her attic and she decided to just go dump all of her stuff on me. So the TV in the corner I'm testing it. I've got a little Dreamcast hooked up next to it. It's not entirely working. The Dreamcast is fine. It's just the picture on the thing. So I'm going through it, man. I'm going through the ages. This week has been strangely nostalgic for me. So I've been having a lot of fun on social media, just posting about, you know, retro this and retro that, and luckily a lot of you have been getting on board on that. So, you know, shout out to a couple of other people. First time chatter, Double Silly. Just a quick hello, but happy birthday. And a nodding Eggman head. So, hello, and thank you for the happy birthday. So, Poke Anime Matt, hope everyone's having a good Monday. Looking forward to SonicCon UK. So yeah, on that, SonicCon UK is a really cool Sonic convention that's happening in London in November, and they've got a lot of cool guests going there already, including voice actors and content creators and the rest of it. And today, I announced that I'm going to be there as a special guest, so that'll be nice. We've only just announced it. They kind of said, when do you want to do it? And I said, it'll be nice to do it on my birthday. So hitting a lot of milestones here. But yeah, it's the first time I'll be doing a con properly that's Sonic themed that I'm not actually running. So it will be nice in a way to just kind of enjoy it as an attendee or a guest or whatever from the other side of the fence. So that'll be nice to see, and it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. They've done this before a couple of times, and from what I've heard from people who've gone there, it's been a great time. So I'm looking forward to it, and because it's the Sonic Stadium's 25th anniversary this year, you know, people are kind of wondering if we're going to do anything about that. So I'm talking about doing a panel there to talk about the history of TSS from when I was a wee babby to the kind of, you know, the juggernaut it became in like the mid 2000s, late 2000s, and Sonic Generations and Sonic 4, and how it was basically the central hotbed of all communication, and then to what it is now, which is kind of, you know, it's kind of in this strange place where it's kind of sitting outside of social media, but it's still kind of a big home for a lot of Sonic fans, which is quite nice. It's kind of, I think it's established kind of brand has kind of kept it going over the years, which is really cool. So, but tonight is not about Sonic Stadium, even though it, you know, because it's me, it sort of is. Yeah, we're going to talk about me, and we're going to talk about you, and we're going to get to chat, and we're going to have some lovely fun. So, if you want to ask me any questions about how old I am, hey, Dread, how old were you when blah blah blah, ask away in the chat. I will be game for most questions. Yeah, don't get too silly now. I'm 40 years old now. I'm supposed to be, you know, I'm supposed to have a sense of decorum, you know. But you know, ask me stuff. I'm happy to answer any questions about Sonic Stadium, about Summer Sonic, about anything, about what I thought about this, that, and the other. I'm happy to just chat. But I figured we'd play some games too. You probably heard me just repeating ad nauseum the Sonic Origins intro theme. So I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to play a little bit of Sonic 1 8-bit, because that was the first Sonic game I ever owned. It wasn't on Game Gear though; it was on Master System. So you know, we're going to play through some of that, and hopefully I'll remember where all the 1-ups are. Because, you know, being 6-7 years old and playing a game like that, you tend to remember where everything is. So, you know, we're going to try and play a bit of that, and then yeah, we're going to go through some birthday presents. We have a contest going on. I'm going to show you some of the prizes actually while we're here. So we actually ran 2 contests sort of at the same time this past week, and I know I gave like no one any time to really do this, so apologies in advance. I might extend the DREADKNUX'S birthday one a little bit longer if I don't feel like I've got enough in terms of presents. So it's really down to you guys. But we ran a kind of flash Sonic's birthday contest as well, where I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to do something silly and just throw something out there. So you basically, I'm not going to do that contest today. I'm going to announce it tomorrow or something because I can't be bothered. But I bought this silly pack of Sonic birthday gear. I'm not going to open this one because this one is the contest prize. But I bought 2 packs. One's for myself for my own birthday party, which is happening this coming weekend. Even though my birthday's today, so we're doing something cool there. But I thought it was so silly. It's so knockoff. It's ridiculous. Like this pack is stupid. Like, I don't know if you can see properly, but there's like a crappy Tails there. He's just going, yeah, hello, I want to suck your blood, or something like that. So crap, but could be good for putting up on your wall when it's your birthday, or if you want to celebrate Sonic's birthday and you don't mind getting a little cringe. I'm a millennial, elder millennial, whatever, geriatric millennial, I think I heard the term once or twice. That's upsetting, but you know, I'm okay with the cringe. So if you do well on our Sonic Stadium contest for Sonic's birthday, where you basically just do a happy birthday Sonic art piece or blog on the Sonic Stadium website, so you still got time, get on that. I'm extending it for an extra day, why not? You can win this piece of crap. But I didn't want to just leave it with just, you know, just that piece of crap. So just because I felt bad, you know, I got a plush toy as well, which is legit. It's actual real, and it's good, and it's good condition. He's got good arms, got good action, He's got a tag on his head. It don't matter. It don't matter. Win me! It's my birthday! Where it was last week. So you get both of those things. And hopefully I won't have to send any prizes to Brazil this time, because I did that with the two biggest prizes of the last contest I did last year, and that cost me an arm and a leg. So I'll do it again if I have to, but let's try not, eh? But my birthday contest, the brief was to make me a birthday present. Now, what do you get the guy who basically has like all the Sonic stuff and is just almost bored of getting Sonic stuff at this point? Well, you just get him. I don't know, you make him something. I don't know. That was the brief. So that was the question I had. Like, what do you get me? Get me something. And it could be a piece of fan art, could be just a nice message, it could be a blog, it could be whatever. So we're going to go through some of those in a little while. And the prizes, I thought, would be nice to take a time warp back into what my life was like in 2011, when in the first year or so of the Sonic Stadium's existence, what was the big thing in media that year, or at least in my sphere of influence. And you know, we got a couple of things here. We've got, for reading purposes, we've got a nice copy of Sonic the Comic, issue 208. It's in good condition, obviously one careful owner. I believe this is one of the reprints that they did before the comic actually went out of print. So after a while they stopped doing new stories, and then they just kind of repeated the stories. But there's a couple of good ones in here. Some solo Sonic action. There's a Captain Plunder in here, I think, as well. So that's pretty good, isn't it? Pretty good. Something to read. To play, you've got a copy of Sonic Adventure 2 on the Dreamcast. Now, this is the PAL version, as you can see. And, you know, you wouldn't believe how much this thing goes for now. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's, you know, people trying to artificially inflate the price of the game. I've got my own copy over there. This is a separate copy that I'm giving away. I basically went out and bought this for people. So, you know, it's in good nick. It's got the book. It's got everything. It's basically in tip-top shape. And this probably goes for like $150 now. At least the US version does. The UK version goes for something equally ridiculously silly. So it's just, you know, it's a good prize to have, at least if you're a collector of things. So get on and try and collect this thing. We've got, oh, another Sonic thing as well, actually. So we've got, you know, Sonic Adventure 2 was obviously the big thing in 2001. It was about the only thing to care about in 2001, because, you know, that was the only thing Sega really cared about in the US or Europe. So, but there was one thing, and if you're a massive Sonic fan back in the day, like I was, 15, 16 years old, you really wanted a copy of this, which was the Sonic 10th Anniversary fan pack, or, you know, just a media pack. And it comes with, oh god, you open it up, it comes in three ways. You get a little collectible gold coin, you get a music CD which covers the first 10 years of Sonic history, and you get a cool little white book, and it's got some artwork in it. It's got like the story of Sonic and all the rest of it. So this was like, you know, rare as hen's teeth. Everybody wanted it. I remember when I was 15, 16, the only way you could get this in the UK was you had to order it from the Sega Europe official website. And they went live at some time. But this was back in the early days of the internet, where, you know, it's not like today, where if Nike or Sega or some company does a drop, it's like the entire world comes in on that website and crashes the servers and stuff. You know, people use dial-up. People use their actual phone landlines to connect to the internet, right? So there was significantly less people. And even once you get access to the internet, and even if you did get access to the internet, you had to kind of know what to look for. It wasn't just like, oh, I'll just see what Sega's doing on social media. It was like you actually literally had to think about going to a website that they owned, and then think about like how to navigate their website, because early 2000s websites were just ridiculous for navigation. But you had to go to their website, go to a specific page, and the first come first serve thing. I didn't get one. And I remember just like crying all night, like 15, 16-year-old me, bawling my eyes out because I couldn't get it. And I thought, this was going to be my thing. Luckily, I found out on eBay a year later, so it didn't really matter in the end. But yeah, you can win one of those, and you know you can wish you were me and crying yourself to sleep. One poor June evening on a UK thing, and music. I mean, you got the music CD from the 10th anniversary pack, but I thought I'd get silly with some of this, you know, because it can't all just be Sonic, right? It has to be a snapshot of what I was doing when I was like a teenager. So first things first, music CD, Now Dance 2000. Some proper bangers in here. We've got Bob Marley versus Funkstar Deluxe. Sun is shining, weather is sweet, yeah. That sort of thing. It's just dance and pop and whatnot from the UK, I should specify. So if you're in the US, a lot of this, and you're my age, a lot of this might not even make any sense to you anyway. So a very niche subject. But if you're in the UK and you grew up in the 2000s, 15 and 2000, 2001, you'll get a lot of this. And there's a DVD. Remember DVDs? In terms of movies, I've got Mission Impossible 2 because, you know, that was the movie of the time. That hasn't arrived yet. I bought it special for this contest and it hasn't arrived yet. So once that arrives, all of this could potentially be yours if you are good enough at making me happy with birthday presents. So that is what's up for grabs. We'll have a look at some of that in a minute. But I'll probably bored you half to death with all this stuff now, with all my preamble. So we can probably talk about some stuff. If you've got some questions to ask me, go ahead, or I can just jump straight into Sonic Origins, which you know, and take a drink because it's really, really hot. Make sure to hydrate. I'm hydrating with a nice cool glass of Iron Brew because that is the nature of my people. Iron Brew, it's the one. Pete says you should hang with me and Lewis all day. I should hang with you and Lewis all day. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Project Phoenix, we enjoyed the Manchester one. Oh, the GX. Yeah, here we go. How old were you when your innocence died? Too young, man. Too young. Actually, the day my innocence died was probably the time I missed out on that Sonic 10th anniversary pack when I was 15, 16 years old. And I cried. That was probably when my innocence died. So, there you go. So, I will allow more questions over time. So, yeah. Let me know if you have any issues with the stream right now, by the way. If you can hear the game music, and if you can hear me over the top of it. It's supposed to be... trying to get the levels on this has been a bit of a nightmare. So, I'm hoping you can kind of hear me over the sound of the game. I like hearing the game as I play. And I know you guys probably like hearing the game music while people stream and play these games as well, but obviously not too loud. So let's see if I can actually start this game. Oh, it's actually running. Oh, there we go. No, so why is it not actually letting me? Alright, I think I've let this run for too long and it's actually confused itself. This is fun. Let's play the intro game. I wonder if I can just... Wait a minute. Continue. Oh, there you go. Right, good. Right, good. We're making money here. We're making hot biscuits. So, actually, is this the PS4 version? Is that what's going on here? No, it's the PS5 version. It's probably because... Oh, I know what happened here. I'm 100% on everything here. If you check my trophies, I definitely am. But the problem I have is that the review code I got for this game a million years ago was from Sega. America. So I got the code from Sega of America. I used it on my European PS5, and completed it. But PlayStation's really funny about like regional access and stuff. So when I tried to access this game, which is US version essentially, on my European, like my main account, let's call it, it was like, oh, data not found. Oh well. I was like, what? I've got all the save files and stuff. What's going on, bro? But it was like, computer says no, so I had to kind of... Well, I couldn't be bothered really to replay everything all over again. I already did that on the PS4 version as well. So I did the duty, you know? I played both versions of the game, front to back. Because I'm not doing this US and UK as well, so I just dicked around a bit in this and figured it out. But Yeah, but funny enough, the trophies aren't different as well. So you don't have like a US trophy list and a UK trophy list. It's just weird. So let's Game Gear. I really didn't like the Game Gear, but it really annoys me, right? Like, I like that Sega added this to the Plus version. I know everyone kind of went, oh, more Game Gear again. It's like, you need to preserve this stuff. It's all good Sonic games. Well, some of these are good. I really like Sonic 2. I like the vibes. I like the aura of Sonic 2. I just don't like how hard it is. But I wish they would include the Master System versions at some point. Like, I know Master System was not a thing in the US, and like Americans do not care. But in Europe, like, I care more about the Master System versions than I do the Game Gear versions. Like, you just get that good real estate, good screen real estate. It's brilliant. Let's see. We got more. Is this your first playthrough of Sonic Origins? Says PokeAnime Matt. It's not actually. As I just said, you know, I 100%ed this on a US account for review, and then when I tried to access it with my main account to try and get some screen grabs, it kind of just reset itself on me and just decided that my save file, which still exists on my US account, if I logged on my US account, it would all come 100%. Just decided it was null and void, and I had to do it all over again. So I can't be faffed with that. PlayStation's really difficult with regional stuff, and even disc versus digital stuff, because I tried to play Fallout 4 a while ago. I had the disc version from like 10 years ago, and I kind of platinum trophied it, and then I got the DLC. And just the other day I thought, oh, I bought it on digital, and I thought, oh, I'll just run through this. And what am I doing here? Why is it not letting me? Hello? Is it a different button? Oh, it's triangle, isn't it? Yeah, I bought the game digitally, and I thought, right, I'll use my save file. And then my PS5 was like, what are you doing? I said, new game save, isn't it? And I said, no, it's not. It's like, I've got like 80 hours worth of Fallout 4 to like load up. What are you doing? And because it was a digital version and not the disc version, it decided, my PS5 decided, oh, I'm not going to load this for you. You have to start over. Stupid. So that's my very interesting story about my PS5. I hope you enjoyed it. It's Daki says, DREADKNUX'S, happy birthday from Tails channel. I appreciate you. Oh, Daki, you're taking over the Tails channel now, are you? I had a feeling. I do like Tails channel a whole lot. Was it Ryan who ran the channel before? He was very cool. We got on a lot. Oh, actually, do I want to get the 1-up first before I do anything else? I forget where the 1-up is. I know where they are and all that. So my toxic trait, if you want to call it that, in Sonic 1 Game Gear is that I know where all the 1-ups are. Except for this particular level. Are you actually serious? It might have been later on. It might have been after this bit. Right. Oh, way! I'll just get that. Normally I'm much faster in this. I kind of speedrun the whole thing. There it is! Way! So, yeah, thanks for the shout out, and thank you for the birthday wishes from Tails channel and Daki. Thank you very much. I appreciate you too. You guys are great. And Spin Dash just outright spitting lies. Turns out Dread has never actually played Sonic 1. How dare. Oh, God. Well, you know, when you see me do that, you know, you're just making him win. You're making him win! I'm going to blame it on the fact that the Game Gear screen is too small. Don't like it. Okay, Anime Matt. He's played all the merchandise but never touched a game. Yeah, I know. I know, it's terrible, isn't it? Never played the 8-bit stuff in my lifetime. There's some good stuff in here. I grew up. So my first interaction with Sonic the Hedgehog, game-wise, my friend at school, who I became close friends with, he had the Sega Mega Drive, and he actually had a Game Gear as well. And he had a Game Boy. I think he was rich. I think he had everything. There's a life in that level. And the Chaos Emerald's in this level too, isn't it? Yes. Anyway, he had like every console known to man or something at the time, right? Super Nintendo and a Mega Drive and whatever. We played Sonic 2 on his Mega Drive all day long. And then I remember staying around his house one night and playing. Like, we were supposed to be asleep, but we turned on like Sonic 1 on his Mega Drive, Genesis, whatever you want to call it. And, you know, it was very secret squirrel, so we all had, like, the best time. And it was lots of fun. And I just remember seeing the vibrant colours and being like, whoa, man. This is what video games are like. It's not just, as one Mr. Tommy Tallarico would put it, just bleeps and bloops. It wasn't just bleeps and bloops. You had colour, you had actual music, you had vibes, you know? And it was so 90s vibes as well. Like, you know, dance music was just coming out and being a thing, and this was dance music as anything, right? Oh god, why did I forget to jump? See, this is what happens when you're 40. You lose the ability to press buttons. Or you gain the ability to blame inanimate objects. Which in my case is, I pressed that jump button and he didn't jump. That's what I'm going to go for. So there's that. Anyway, so yeah, my first interaction was with the Mega Drive version, so 16-bit. But I tried saving up for a Mega Drive when I was a kid. I was like, I have to have this Sonic, I have to have this Sega. I saved up all my money, didn't have enough money for a Mega Drive, went to the game shop. The guy looked at how much money I had and was like, oh, do you want this instead? This is how much you can afford. And it was a Master System, and it had Sonic 1 built in, and I knew it wasn't what I wanted. I knew it wasn't like the right Sega. I wanted a Mega Drive, I didn't want a Master System. I wasn't stupid, I knew what I wanted. But it had Sonic wagging his finger on the box. Sonic 1 built in, blah blah blah. And I was just like, whoa, I've got to have this. Like, I don't care, I'm coming home with something Sonic. And I remember taking it home, and I got that game. I traded in a bunch of Amiga games that I won at a games fair a year ago, because I didn't have an Amiga, I had no use for it. Don't know how I won them. So I traded them in for a couple of Master System games. I think I got Ghostbusters, the video game, and Donald Duck Lucky Dime Caper, which is still a mad banger of a game, by the way. And yeah, I just remember playing Sonic all night long, all day long, all everything long. And yeah, just I know this game front to back, and I even know that I've gone too far, but the life is down one of these holes. There we go. So in Sonic 1 on the Game Gear and Master System, there is a 1-up in almost every single level. That's part of the gimmick. So watch me if you want to look cool in front of your friends at the next party and say, I know where all the 1-ups are in Sonic 1 on the Master System and the Game Gears. You too can be just like me. Yeah, so, long story short, I actually started my Sonic life properly with all the Master System games rather than the Mega Drive games. So I know this, I know Sonic 2, I know Sonic Chaos like the back of my hand. I didn't have a Game Gear though growing up, so once they started getting the Triple Trouble and Sonic Drift 2, or Sonic Drift Racing as they called it in the UK, because it was actually Sonic Drift 2, we didn't get the first one. I didn't get any of those, so a lot of those were new to me. Hate this guy, by the way. There we go. It's kind of 50-50 when you spin and tack him, whether you're actually going to get hit or not. There's no real great science to this. It's very annoying. Jumpy jump. And the Chaos Emerald is usually on the second act of Sonic 1. You have to look for it in the zone instead of going to a special stage. The special stage is just for continues in this game. You have to look far and wide for the Chaos Emerald in the level, hidden specifically. But in this zone... Oh yeah, bum! There you go. In this game, you actually... it's actually in zone... it's in Act 1, because Act 2 is kind of a auto-scroller of a stage. And it can get very annoying. Use these pulleys to go up. But yeah, the 8-bit games, there's some good in them. They're not as good, obviously, as the 16-bit games. I think this one probably stands the test of time the most. See, here's a little Chaos Emerald. There's a little buddy. So how you get to it, you have to go on this falling platform. Jump! There you go. Bish bash bosh. Winner winner chicken dinner, as they say. Yeah, this game's probably stood the test of time the most. It's just the most fun, really. You can play it, replay it all the time. Sonic 2, at least on the Game Gear, graphically looks better. but it's so hard, man. It's just so difficult. You try and 100% that, it's just, you know, but the stages are, I do think I prefer the stages in Sonic 2, like broad, like at least like the environment design. I like how they look. Okay, that was stupid of me. Why did I miss that? Boom. Oh, continue. S'il vous plaît. There we go. So the Game Gear version and the Master System version of this game have a lot of differences, surprisingly. If you play the Master System version, this will look completely different to you. Most of the special stages are completely different. They have this same sort of bumper design, but the actual map layout is completely different in some of these. One-ups are in different locations, Chaos Emeralds are in different locations, sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's harder. We'll get to an easier example in the next zone, actually. Pretty major difference between the two versions. Oh, poo. Well, first time I did that in like 16 years, never mind. Auto-scrollers! You gotta hate them. And then there's Sonic Chaos, which I actually really like. But I think it's kind of... I think it feels a bit empty, a little bit. You can play as Tails though, and that's pretty cool. Oh, good. You didn't get me that time. So yeah, the 8-bit games, hit and miss, but I think they have their own charm, you know. Spin Dash says, we Americans saw the graph paper box art, and the disembodied leg on the soccer box art said no. What are you talking about? Are you talking about the Master System Sonic 1 box art, where he's doing the waggy with the weird leg thing? That's not... Oh, whoa, yeah, cheeky monkey. Forgot you were there. I hate how this scrolls, because now you got to go on this, and it takes time. Can I make it? Whee! There you go. I mean, that's not life or death. There's a down path there, but I just like taking the upper route. Poke Anime Matt, was there anything challenging in obtaining 100%? For Sonic Origins? Not really, not that I remember. The trophies are pretty standard, it's like, you know, and look, there's pretty easy to get life there. Yeah, Sonic Origins, the trophy lists don't require too much of you. I'm trying to remember some good examples of the trophies. I might have a look at the list for you if you're really that interested, just to remind myself of what I had to do. But it was, you know, it was a standard like complete this game, complete that game, with a few kind of interesting ones thrown in for good measure, like, you know, get this amount of rings while doing bish bash bosh. The Game Gear games and like the Plus DLC doesn't get its own trophy set, so you don't have to worry about that. It's just the core 4, 5. I always count it as 5 games. I always count Sonic and Knuckles as separate games. But yeah. Hold on, I'm going to bounce for a little bit because I missed a few questions, so I'm going to answer some. Ah, GX, you and your Tommy Tallaricos. Oh, God, bouncing all over the place. Yes, there's a thing about Tommy Tallarico in the news you might have heard. I, personally, couldn't possibly comment. I've interviewed him a couple of times, actually. He was always a very nice guy. But, you know, that doesn't really discount anything. Just shows that he's a very, very charismatic guy, I suppose. Poke Anime Matt again. So what's your favourite Sonic Master System game? And then favourite Sonic game overall? That's a good question. I keep coming back to this game in terms of Master System, but oh wow! Oh, fudge it. Can I get over the hump? Can I get over the hump? Can I get over the hump? Whee! Bush! There you go. Familiar bush. It's probably this one, actually. Triple Trouble's really good. Triple Trouble's really good, but I don't have, like, huge nostalgia for that game. And I don't know it like the back of my hand like this game. So maybe this one. Look, it's a toss-up. Oh, right. The life in this is just right behind you. On the Master System, you actually have to walk a little bit. But in the Game Gear version, it's just right there because, I don't know. I think Sega cared more about people's battery life on the Game Gear, so everything was just like easier to get to and shorter distance to travel. Favourite Sonic game overall? I keep changing my opinion on this, honestly, every 5 minutes. Sometimes it's Sonic Adventure. Sometimes it's Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Sometimes it's Sonic Adventure 2 or Sonic Colors or something like that. It's probably depends on the vibe that I am in at the moment. But I think if I was being really honest with myself, if we're nailing it down to like the amount of times you actually go back and play a game, I think truthfully in my heart it has to be Sonic 2 on the Genesis. That game is infinitely replayable. Like I've completed that game countless times. Death Egg Robot be damned. I don't even care about getting all the Chaos Emeralds sometimes. I just play because, you know, it's just very fun to play. Like, it's so easy to just start playing and then you just get right into it. Chemical Plant. I know half of these zones are like overused in like remakes and you know, reimaginations in like Generations and stuff, Sonic Generations and stuff like that, but there's a reason they keep reusing Chemical Plant, man. It's a banger of a level, the original. Like, it's so good. Spin Dash, God, what I give for more Yuzo Koshiro soundtracks in this series. Yeah, too right, actually. I think this is one of the reasons why I really love this game too, because, like, Yuzo Koshiro not only made the music for this. I remember doing he came to London and did a chat just before he did an extremely awesome like Streets of Rage set in a London nightclub. But he had like a little Q&A with some fans, and I was in audience, and I'm pretty sure he pretty much confirmed like he wasn't just doing the music for this game. He pretty much solely developed this himself. Like, it was him and his sister. It was a real mom and pop shop kind of thing. Like, him and his family essentially made this game. Aspect Co is essentially Yuzo Koshiro's like outfit, and it was like it was all a family thing. Yuzo Koshiro's sister apparently did a lot of the artwork, a lot of the mapping and stuff like that, and Yuzo Koshiro did the music. I imagine he probably was also, you know, kind of responsible for figuring out a lot of the programming as well, but I don't want to assume. Yeah, that's basically what he said. I was like, oh, holy moly. Very much a very cool fun fact there. So, the Chaos Emerald is easier to spot in the Master System version, but in the Game Gear version it's a bit more tricky. You get to this waterfall, you have to backtrack. You have to go on this log in the water, hopefully not die, miss it, fall through it. Run a little bit, and it's right here. Etc. And then you can run it through most of the level, to be honest. Skip all this nonsense. Oh wait, no, it stops you there. It saw me coming. Saw me being cheeky. Cheeky Mr. Underpants. Any favourite spin-off game? I have a soft spot for Sonic Spinball, but mostly because that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. Sonic Battle. I really love Sonic Battle. I don't know why. I don't know if it's held up that well over the years. I just remember at the time, I think it was one of the... Oh, what happened there? Also, hang on a minute. There's a log there. I did not know that was there before. Every day's a school day. I'm going to check that out. Wait, hang on. I'm not doing that again. So, hold on. So did I fall down this one, or did I fall down the other one? Did I fall down this one? Ah! But it's there, right? I didn't know that was there before. What's there? Okay. We're learning. We're learning. We're going back to school. Oop. I should really keep an eye on what I'm doing. Right, when Aspect took over the 8-bit games, they were... Oh, jeez. They were absurdly obsessed with these weird vacuum tube mazes. Oh, ain't that the truth? Right. Is this... What's here? Have I humped myself? I thought there was something cool here. What's going on? Oh, thanks. Cheeky billies. Yeah, there were a lot of tube mazes in the Game Gear Sonic games. Sonic Chaos in particular. There's one Chaos Emerald. The Chaos Emeralds are in special stages in Sonic Chaos, and one of them is like this tube maze thing, and it's really stupid. And the music, again, the music is different in the Game Gear version in Sonic Chaos. It really annoys me because I think the Game Gear music in Sonic Chaos is vastly inferior to the Master System version. Super inferior. Hey, I got a life. But, like, in the Master System version at least, that tube maze special stage has a bit of music that almost sounds like it's mocking you. It's like and it's like, bet you can't get this Chaos Emerald you did get. And it's very annoying. This is the example that I was talking about earlier, where there's severe differences between the Master System version and the Game Gear version. By and large, this particular act is mostly the same, depending on the version you're playing. The major difference is that if I fall at this point, where I'm at right now, if I drop to the bottom of the screen, past that waterfall in a Game Gear version, I will fall through, and the game will scroll with me. If I fall, the game will scroll with me. That doesn't happen on the Master System version. Once you scroll up, that's it. If I fell down this point at this point on the Master System version, that would be a bottomless pit for me. So it was a little bit harder on the Master System version. You had to really make sure that you were jumping the right way and going in the right spots and everything. And I'm trying to remember where the life is. Oh, I think it's on the left-hand side, but does not help when this very faithfully recreates the slowness of the Game Gear. There we go. Don't want choppy frame rate to be the end of me. So there's a spring on this side, but I think it's a bit further up. Oh yeah. Oh, you bast. Have I messed that up? Oh, that's gonna fall, isn't it? Oh no, it didn't fall. Yay. Right, let's get this. Pretty sure the life is up this bit. Can't remember if this is one of those Game Gear Master System differences. Nope! That was the wrong way. We go across here, across here, across here. But I'm starting to think that the Master System version is in the place I'm talking about, and the Game Gear version is in a completely different place, because I think we're near the end now. Oh no! See, on the Master System version, the game, the one-up's right here, but instead it's a 10 ring. Poo pants. That's the end of the level. Oh well. Well, I didn't say I knew where all the one-ups were in the Game Gear version. I said I knew where all the one-ups were on the Master System version, so cheers to that. Project Phoenix, do you think Sega is constantly trying to chase the high of Sonic 3 and Knuckles and can just never meet that feeling, even with Doomsday as the best Supersonic fight? I don't know, man. It depends. I guess it depends in what context, because Sega or Sonic Team, they're always talking about 2D versus 3D, right? So I guess they're probably trying to get that feeling for the 2D versions. Like, if we're talking about, say, Sonic Superstars, they obviously haven't really matched that feeling in any way, shape, or form. But if you're talking about 3D games, I'm pretty sure they've nailed that. Like, you know, you can't play Sonic Adventure 2 in 2001 for the first time and not think that was like just extremely epic. Like, BioLizard was essentially like our our teenage years version of Doomsday Zone, right? So I'm pretty sure, like, I don't think Sega's worrying about Sonic 3 and Knuckles, really. I think they care about it as like a legacy title. Well, at least cared enough about it recently, because he didn't do anything with it for 20 years. So, you know, it's in Sonic Origins now, so who cares? But I think they care more about how their 3D stuff is maybe represented. Like, they went through a whole thing, you know, Sonic Frontiers was basically just a big depression fest. And I'm pretty sure it was just Sega telling on itself a little bit. Oh, that was weird. What happened there? To elaborate on that point, you know, I don't think it's controversial to say that Sonic Frontiers was an incredibly depressing kind of story for Sonic. Very introverted, you know, everyone's trying to like search their feelings a little bit, and that's basically the theme of it, right? But I genuinely think that spoke a lot to how Sonic Team were feeling about their work on the Sonic franchise, as well as just giving a very interesting twist to a Sonic story. Oh yeah, Sonic needs air, doesn't he? That's a thing he needs. Let's give him some air, shall we? Give him a big clap. Give him a big clap. Oh, this is the moment where it doesn't actually appear, isn't it? Come on. No! Here we go. Labyrinth Zone. Oh, messed up. Dude. Oh, you little jammy get. Oh. Right, I'm going to stop and actually catch up with chat for a little bit. Actually, no, I'm not, because he needs air. Oh, no! Wait. Oh, phew. I think I'm alright, because we're coming out of the water in a minute. Oh, God. I forget about the spikes. Oh, there you go. Right, let's catch up with chat for a sec, because, you know, I'm playing too much. Love Chemical Plants, this Pokeanime I'm at. I agree. You Mystic Caved yourself. Yeah, I did Mystic Cave myself back then. First time chat, Seijan242424. Hi. Nice to meet you. It's my birthday. Happy birthday to me. And if it's your birthday too, happy birthday to you. GX, we need to get you set up with Retro Achievements. That'll learn you where the 1-ups are. I already have a Retro Achievements account. I just don't use it because I don't really have a PC, to be honest. Project Phoenix, Superstars is just Sonic 4 Episode 3. Yeah, I mean... yeah, I don't know. I guess. I think Frontiers was throwing ideas at a wall and seeing how people thought about them with what to come back with better next time. Yeah, I see that too. But again, I think, you know... What I'm talking about is less about what they did. You know, I know you could argue that they flung a lot of stuff at a wall and tried to see what sticks, but why did they do that is the question. And why they did that is because they felt desperate, for lack of a better word. Oh, right, okay. Here we go. Right, so, here's a neat trick. When you come to here, don't break this box. There's a button over here. I don't know why this is a thing. If you press the button once, jump over here, becomes alive. Yay! And it's right at the end of the level. So, that was nice and pointless, wasn't it? Sonic Frontiers was also developed during the pandemic, says GX. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, that obviously must have had an impact. Both in terms of, you know, just how long it takes to develop the game, but also just in terms of your sanity, right? Like, no one was having fun back then. Oh, I'm gonna miss this. Oh, hey! I forgot there was a 1-up in this one. So usually always... Oh, continues. And I thought I missed the continue, but there it is. Whoosh. Whee! There we go. Good stuff. So if you're just tuning in, hello, this is my birthday party stream. We are running through Sonic 1 on Game Gear. Thank you, Sonic Origins Plus. Or if you're in France, you call it Sonic Origins Plus. And we're running through... Oh, almost got done in by him. Running through a labyrinth zone. Okay. On the Game Gear... Oh, I'm not dealing with him. No, you can just go away and suck off that one. Whee! And yeah, if you can hear it, like the music is just top tier. Come on. No, I want the ring. There you go. That was silly, wasn't it? Whee! Yep. So we're playing through this. We're going to complete this. Hopefully. Ah! If I don't get stung by stuff. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go through some birthday presents. And see what comes of that. I've seen some pretty good stuff already. I know that Project Phoenix has made a video. I did see that. I haven't watched the video yet, so that'll be interesting. I didn't want to spoil the surprise. There's the life, by the way. You go left instead of... Oh, I messed that up. Uh-oh. It's going to be hairy now. Let's try and get this bubble. Poke Anime Matt says, have you had a Sonic-related birthday celebration in the past? And if so, have you got any memorable moments? Oh god. I've probably had a few. I know I do have photos from when I was little. My mum used to make me all of these lovely cakes for my birthday. One year, I think it was Turtles, because I really like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Although in the UK, in the 80s and 90s, they called it Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, because the UK was really funny about the word ninja in kids' media. You couldn't, like, you know, it was like, oh, it's all violent. Oh dear. There we go. Yeah, very violent. We can't call in ones ninjas. So there were Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. Anyway, I like Raphael, so I got a cake of him. And my mum was very good at making character cakes. So she did that. And one year it was Sonic. And I still have from ages ago. I can't remember how old I was then. Probably 7 or 8. It was, yeah, it's a lot. I wish I had the photo to hand, actually. I would. It's a very good question. I would have pulled it up if I knew this question was coming. Oh, fudge. Come on. There you go. Yop. So yeah, I have fond memories of the birthday cake my mum made for me back then. Just take a break to say. Actually, I never noticed that those spikes actually they flash quite a bit, don't they? I never noticed that before. Maybe that's just the emulation going. Chaos Emerald in the Game Gear version. It's right here. You don't have to do anything. It's just like nothing. In the Master System version, you saw me get the invincibility earlier on. You basically have to get that invincibility, run as fast as you can through that water column bit that I just climbed up, and you have to run all the way to the end where the Chaos Emerald is in a pit of spikes. So you have to basically... it's a lot more stressful on the Master System version. So... Oh, to answer a question about the competition... yeah, sure. Do you know what? I'm trying not to be so hard on this. Let me... He's asking, do we still have time for your birthday competition and Sonic competition? So you have until I look at the... You have until I look at all of the entries that are on the Sonic Stadium for me to make a call. Because if I don't feel like there's been enough, I will make a call and say you got more time. If there is enough, then I will say I'll call it. Because I don't want people just doing this for 100 years or anything. The Sonic contest where you make a present for Sonic and stuff and win crappy party gear. Yeah, sure, I'll do it an extra day. But I'm only going to tell you guys, right? So get your stuff on the Sonic Stadium tonight or tomorrow, and give me a day or two because I've got the week off work. Because it's my birthday, you might have heard. So I got time. I've got time. I'm just chilling this week, so I will just do an extra day for Sonic. And if I don't like what I see with my birthday stuff, I'll probably give it an extra week. Ocean-sized, hi, hello, how's it going? Welcome. It's my birthday. I wish I had one of them tooty things. Right, this is hairy. Act 3 of Labyrinth. The life is here. You have to jump through all of these. But in Act 3, you don't get rings. So you have to really get around this. It's actually a bit easier on the Game Gear version. On the Master System version, it stresses me the heck out. I don't think you can drown in this, at least. So that's nice. Because the actual boss fight is entirely underwater. So... Bye for Republic! Hey! How's it going? Good to see you. Well, Afra was... oh, poo. I definitely pressed the button then. That's definitely my excuse. Anyway, I'm not getting the life again. I don't care about that anymore. I just wanted to show you where it was. Bye for Republic used to be a staff member on the Sonic Stadium and the SSMB forums. He's been with us a long time. So, a lot of love for Bye for Republic. I'm glad he's here in the chat. Right, jump! Goodness me. Ocean-sized, we briefly met at the Sonic Symphony last year. Oh, did we? Oh, cool. Was that at the drinks before, or was that during the mad scrum at the end? We didn't want to try and get pictures of Sonoe-san and everything. Oh, don't like this boss. I don't like it. I do like the music. I try not to risk it with this boss because, as you can see, he does it from 3 different angles, and that rocket is a sort of a homing thing, so you got to jump at the right time. You could technically jump on his head and go to the other side, but I don't like doing that. Oh, you actual butt munch. And that's why I don't like that boss. It was in the pub beforehand that I met Ocean-sized. Very good. Very good. Glad to know I was a little bit social. I do like being social. Right. Jump! Get over there. You and your fat butt. Try and get around you. Hoi! Right. Yo! No! Goodness gracious me. It's alright, I've got enough lives. We can do it, chat. We can do it. We've just gotta believe in yourself. Believe in your love. We've got to go. We got to go. Don't shoot me. Get up and down. You gotta get up to get down. Give me that rocket. I ain't scared of you. Whoop. Oh, poo. This time that jump. Jump. I'm not sure I like the PlayStation controller here. Like, you know, this isn't the first game where I've played it where I felt like I've had to just press a button like more than once to kind of actually register it. Jump! Plus it kind of sits weird in my weird monkey hands. That thing almost got me. Jump! I would kill for, like, you know, a Jun Sonoe like remix of some of this. One of my favourite remixes of like recent years, like official ones, was Jun Sonoe doing a remix with T Lopes for Underground Zone from Sonic 2 on a Game Gear or Master System. Let's say Master System because Master System is, you know, superior platform. But yeah, Underground Zone, like, holy moly, I never knew I needed it. It was such a good remix. Why aren't you dead yet? Come on. Come on! Halt! There you go. Eat some pie. And drown, I guess? He's proper drowning, mate. Alright. Do we know if there's another Sonic Symphony, I suppose you're talking about, in London this year? I don't know, and I don't think so, because they probably would have announced it by now. There was that weird thing where there was that weird listing for Sonic Symphony in, like, I want to say Dallas or Denver or somewhere in America. Like it was on a listing somewhere, and people were like, what's that about? And then the next day it got pulled. It was like, sold out, or sorry, made a mistake. So I don't really know what the organisation is for Symphony like. I do know that I owe the Sonic Symphony... Oh no, ran right into that. Poo pants. I do owe Sonic Symphony a couple of interview pieces, because last year I was lucky enough to sit down with Otani's son, Tomoe Otani, to talk about his career a little bit, and I had been meaning to do the write-up for that for, I guess, 8 months now. I also had a chat with Shota, who kind of runs the whole thing, and he's a great guy. He's just such a great affable chap. So yeah, I'm going to do write-ups of those. That's my mission this week, actually, is to get those done and get those out there. And hopefully it won't be too late by the time you know, I put them out there. Poke Anime Matt, I've got the NSO Mega Drive controller. Should probably try out PC with Origins. You probably should. I actually remember when I was a kid, you know, there was all sorts of weird things going on with Sega hardware. Would you believe it? Sega being weird with their hardware. You know, if you had a Master System, you could actually buy a converter and bought a Mega Drive afterwards. You could buy a converter, the power-based converter, which would allow you to play your Master System games on the Mega Drive console through a weird little adapter thing. But what you could also do is, because they use the same actual kind of inserts, I say inserts, what am I talking about? They use the same ports, I should say. The Mega Drive controllers could actually plug into the Master System, if I remember correctly. So either... Oh god, why is it installing stuff? Please ignore the update in the corner there. I'm trying out my PlayStation Plus freebies. Yeah, so you know, you could. Am I thinking of that correctly? I think you could plug your Mega Drive controllers into Master System, but it wouldn't work. But if you use the power-based converter on the Mega Drive for Master System games, you could effectively use a Mega Drive controller to play Master System games. So yeah, that was a weird one. We have Sonic Con UK later this year with musical guests. We do indeed. I talked about Sonic Con UK earlier. And I'm looking forward to being there. Looking forward to being a special guest there. It's going to be good. Right, if you've never played this game before, Scrap Brain Act 2 is a pisser, because you get to one point and then you'll hit this door and you're like, what the hell's going on? The button for the door is here, and where I just basically went, where the fork in the road happened and I went up the top route, that's basically what you have to do first, because you have to hit this button. It switches the doors. Make sure you don't hit it on the way out, because then you're going to have a good time. And Secret Squirrel, fall down here and go through here, and the Chaos Emerald is over here. Nope, it's over there. Never mind. Found it though. Whoop whoop. All good. Alright. Oh, I was too impatient. Right, so now you've done the top bit, I actually forget how you get that life. That's the one life that stumped me. I think you have to fall down the bottom, but I can't remember if that's death or not. So you can go down here, jump and kill the piggies. They're kind of cute in this version. Look at them. Cute little piggies. Cute little piggies. And you jump. Kill that piggy. You go down here. Kill that piggy. You go down here. Kill that piggy. And then there's no more piggies. So what you're supposed to do is jump across. But I'm gonna risk going down here. Yes, that's it. Now I forget which way it is. I think it's this one. Yeah, Golacio. I'm well good at this game, mate. Well good at this game. Oh, the piggies. I thought I killed you. I thought I turned you into bacon. I just realised I haven't got any rings. I'm playing with fire here. Let's get the rock out of here. Woo! And then that's the way out. And we go this way, and we go that away, and we try not to die. Up here, around there. Try not to die. Please don't die. I don't want to die. I didn't die. Hey! Robo bacon. I bet that's what Dr. Robotnik likes to eat on a Sunday morning, huh? This one's odd because you don't really fight Robotnik in this one. You just kind of chase him. He wants to be chased. He's like, chase me, chase me, sorry, chase me. And it's a bit like a maze. Again, as GX said earlier, a tube maze. It's a bit poo. It's been a while since I've done this one, so I'm gonna have to give me a minute while I try and figure this out. There's some tricks here as well, like doors that, like, don't worry about that. That doesn't do anything. I think I remember how to get the life if I think about it. It's not this way, is it? No, poo. I knew it before I did it. Go over here. And some of the doors, once they open, they one way, they don't open a different way. So if I go through that, I'm dead. Well, not dead, you know, just not dead. I've got to go this way, and this is just completely backtracking now. But that's where the life is. So swings and roundabouts. Poke enemy map with all the good questions. I'm loving these questions, mate. Keep it going. If it wasn't Sonic the Hedgehog, could you see yourself ever making a different community fan site, a different franchise or mascot perhaps? That's a really good question. I don't know actually. Like the whole... Right, you don't hit that button because it closes that door. Sorry, just trying to hit you with some knowledge while I answer this question. And yeah, chase the fat man. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff that you remember from your childhood, right? That you kind of feel a lot inside for when you grow up. But like, if I was to say like what were the big things when I was a kid, it was Sonic was number one, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, a couple of other TV shows. Thundercats wouldn't say that was my favourite thing. I did like Thundercats though. Couple of other things. I don't know. I don't think I cared about... Oh, Ghostbusters. I really like Ghostbusters. Maybe... I don't know. The thing is, though, right? Of all of those things that I liked as a kid, I think Sonic was the thing that just had the most media about it. Like, it stayed with me more. I think it was because it was video games as well. Am I about to get humped? I'm about to get humped! Oh, come on, let me get the shield. There we go. Oh no! Oh! That wasn't kind. Oh! Thank you very much. Yeah, Sonic has just always been a huge part of my life as well. Like the video. Oh, you absolute fanny. The the games have been a huge mainstay. I think with cartoons, yeah, you watch you could watch cartoons all day as a kid, but I think with video games, like that, the interactivity of the story. Oh Christ, I'm really not doing good here, am I? The interactivity of the stories you played, whether it was RPGs, whether it was Sonic or anything else, just kind of stuck with you. So I guess if I was to make another, if I was in an alternate universe, if I was to make another fan site, probably would have been another video game that I probably would have latched onto that wasn't Sonic. I don't know if I would have ever made a Mario fan site, because I didn't really get a Nintendo until I was like, until Nintendo 64, when I was like proper full-on teenage years. So it wasn't really like, it didn't really form as formative a part of my childhood, right? Oh shoot! And then you had the comics as well, the Sonic comic. Oh, you absolute roaster! You had the Sonic comics, you had the Sonic cartoons. You know, there was a lot. There was just a lot to like consume as a kid when you were in the 90s. If you liked Sonic, there was a lot of things to consume, which sounds weird coming. You know, when you talk about like Sonic today, it's all just brand collaborations and, you know, merchandise and, you know, consume on a really corporate level. So I guess nothing's really changed with that. Like, as soon as Sonic 2 blew up, like, Sega, at least in the UK, Sonic was like a huge deal. You just saw his face on everything. Even more than you'd see his face on everything now. Yeah, as Oceanside says, Sonic games, Sonic comics, Sonic duvet. There was Sonic pencils. You could get Sonic branded toothpaste. There was Sonic branded bubble bath. He'd have a partnership with like a bubble bath brand called Matey, if anyone remembers that, in the 90s, which were little, like, it was basically kids bubble bath, but the bottle was shaped like little cartoon characters. Like, one was a sailor, one was a pirate, one was a thingy, and it was all basically nautical because, you know, you're going into a bath, so it had to be bath based and water themed. There was a Sonic one of that. They did like a Sonic bubble bath bottle shaped thing, spaghetti hoops, everything. So, you know, anything you could think of, there was Sonic's face on it. It was absolutely, you know, Sonic Mania, they called it, before Sonic Mania, the game. They called it Sonic Mania, and yeah, it was just huge. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would have had the drive. I think if it was something else, it probably would have been music or something, like something that spoke to me like from a music perspective. When I was a kid, I was well into more like edgy hard rock, you know, like heavy metal and all that stuff. So probably would have done something along those lines, or I probably would have done something. Yeah, probably video game related. I don't know. When you were my age back then, you know, when you're 15, 16, all you care about is video games, right? In the 2000s, and PS2 had just come out, so, you know, video games were on everybody's minds. If I was to do it like now, if I was to do a new kind of community now, or new fan site, I think the only thing that I would probably care about to do one for is another Sega property, and that's the Like a Dragon series. I love the Yakuza and Like a Dragon series. Like, it's one of my favorite things in the whole entire world. So from game one, actually, from the PS2 version, because I remember reviewing the game for professionally when that game came out on the PS2, and yeah, I was just, I mean, I only reviewed it for a small time website, so I wasn't like, you know, it wasn't like GameSpot or IGN or anything like that. So no one was really paying attention to what I had to say, but still, I was like, right, as small as my platform can possibly be, I'm going to try and tell everyone this Yakuza game is like the new. This is the new Sega. This is the Sega that you've been asking for. This is Sega with a fresh imagination and something really cool and awesome, right? Sorry, just taking a drink. It's very hot. Unfortunately, what happened, pardon me, what happened in 2005 when that game came out was a couple of things. Sega did a totally a Sega thing and blew like hundreds of millions of dollars, probably. I don't know the number, but like they just spent so much money, obviously, on localizing the game. So you can buy a Yakuza game now, and it's like, so you get English voices for it sometimes. Like Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, I think they've added like English voice acting to it. But back then, when they made Yakuza on PS2, they added like a whole bunch of voice actors. And they went big. They had Mark Hamill play the voice of Goro Majima, I think. Which is crazy because I vaguely remember Mark Hamill is so chatty on Twitter, right? And he talks about every single role like it's like he did it yesterday, right? He has so much love and attention for all the characters he does. But I just remember one day, some random person who I was like, oh my god, I must be the only other person who knows that he played Majima. Someone tweeted him on Twitter and asked him about his role as Majima, going, oh, did you enjoy your time playing Majima in the Yakuza game in 2005? It's like the one role he's like, I have no recollection of ever doing this game, this character, this thing you're talking about. What are you talking about? I was like, even Mark Hamill doesn't remember doing it. Do you know what I mean? So they spent loads of money. Michael Madsen was part of the English dub of that game too. So yeah, Sega did this typical Sega thing of spending money where they didn't need to and wasted a whole bunch of it because no one ended up buying Yakuza. And this goes into the second point, which was Sega's PR and marketing team completely failed to communicate what the game actually was, because a lot of people, one reason or another, were talking about Yakuza in 2005 as if it was going to be the new GTA. Like they were saying, oh, it's GTA in Japan. It's, oh, if you like Grand Theft Auto 3, you'll love this PlayStation 2 game. It's set in Japan. It's it's all Red Light District and all this other stuff. And then, obviously, if you hype a game up like that, people are going to expect a Grand Theft Auto game based in Japan. And Yakuza, for as much as I love it, is absolutely not that. You could wonder, like, Red Light District in the game, but it was purely as a kind of an overworld map to serve as a place to wander while you did missions, right? So it's not, as anyone who's played a Yakuza game will tell you, the overworld map, the actual, reimagination of real life locations in Japan does not serve as an open world kind of environment at all. And Sega did really nothing to like debunk this, because they probably thought, well, if people are talking about Yakuza like it's GTA, we're not going to stop people talking about it because then it gets people to buy the game. But what ended up happening was that it just got bad word of mouth because people were buying it expecting a Yakuza, GTA in Japan, didn't get that, return it, tell their friends, no one bought the game. So it was a pain. I remember just screaming from the rooftops, buy this game if you're a Sega fan, it's the next big thing, I swear to God. And then obviously no one bought it, so that was very frustrating. And then it did feel like a bit like how most Sonic fans felt in like the late 90s, before the internet arrived. It kind of felt like I was the only Yakuza fan on the planet, because I was just like, where are all these people that I want to talk about this game with? And luckily I had contacts at Sega at the time, and one of them basically asked me, when Yakuza 2 came out, they basically localized 2 for PS2 as well in the UK and the West, obviously, in general. And my friend who worked at Sega was like, oh, have you reviewed Yakuza 2 yet? And I was like, no, I haven't. I didn't have it on my slate for review from my boss, but I also just genuinely wanted to buy the game because I wanted to support Sega and I wanted to support the game and the brand. But I was like, I can't for love nor money find this game in any shop. Like Yakuza 2, Sega just didn't even bother. They released it, but they didn't bother to put it on any shelves or anything. Distribution was not there. So I literally had to call in a favour from my friend at Sega and said, look, I don't want to beg for a free copy. I want to give you money, but like I'm not finding it anywhere, man. And so I must be the only sod on the planet to actually have a white label PS2 version of Yakuza 2 on my shelf somewhere. But it's the only way I was actually able to play it. It's insane. And then Yakuza 3 came out on PS3. That got localized, as in it got released in the UK. But by that point, Sega just didn't care. It kind of fizzled out, and then they didn't touch it for 10 years. And then they decided to localize 4 and 5 in 2009 or something like that, or 2008. And I remember being at the press junket for that, because at the same time I met Takashi Iizuka for the first time, because he was talking about this brand new Sonic game called Sonic Colors, and I was interviewing also the developers of Yakuza 4 as well, because they were just finally localizing it for the West, and that was a good day. That was a good day. My first of many meetings with Iizuka-san, and hopefully not the last. So there you go. I guess, long story short, if I was to answer your question, I would probably do like a dragon. Yeah, Poke Anime Matt is enjoying the Yakuza chat. That's good. Bye for Republic. Sega not knowing what to do with their IP is a tale as old as time. Well, you said it, mate. Right, the reason I paused here, apart from to talk about, you know, Yakuza for a million years, is to tell you something cool about this level. A lot of people who know this game front to back, like I do, probably already know this, so this is no great shakes. But I wanted to concentrate while I showed you this bit. So basically, this is pretty much the final level. It's really hard. There's no rings. You kind of go along and you have to go across this massive airship. I'm not going to jump too high for a very specific reason. Oh, it's not going to go up, is it? Oh, the camera goes up and down, so your visibility is very, very shot to shit. As you can see right there, there's loads of laser cannons. Oh, shoot. Oh, I almost jumped into it there. It's stupid, man. Right, I remember trying to do this level when I was little, and I think I did it once or twice. In the amount of times I got to this bit, it was so hard. And then one day I just thought, do you know what? I give up. I don't care anymore. I'm going to run out of lives. I'm just going to kill myself. Oh, what's this? So there is actually a flying platform right here. And I think they put it here because they expected you to try and kill yourself after trying so many times. It takes you all the way to the end, and crucially to the final Chaos Emerald. You jump from platform to platform. All you've got to do is try not to fall down into the story and to plummet into the sky. They don't go forever. You have to jump from one to one. And all you got to do is then just survive a couple of guns at the end. Oh, and that one. Why is that activated? That shouldn't have happened. Oh dear. Don't like this. Please don't shoot at me. Don't shoot at me. Don't shoot at me. Okay, he's not going to get me. And yeah. Insane, right? Like, I can't believe it. Could not believe it. When I found this out, I was just like... Oh, shoot. Come on. Come on. There you go. Yeah, my face, when I saw, for the first time, 7-year-old me killing myself, or intending to, landing on that platform, I was just like... Oh, fudge. That's the game telling me off. Anyway, so that's the big trick. If you get to this part of the game, try and kill yourself. And then you shall be set free. Poke Anime Matt, loved hearing your thoughts and interests. Thank you for that. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm an old man now. I guess that's my deal. I just talk about the good old days. Talk about the good old days. It was interesting actually. Like I don't get asked this sort of stuff anymore an awful lot. And there was someone from someone who registered to the Sonic Stadium a couple of days ago, and they just randomly messaged me out of the blue and just said, "Oh, hey, I hope I'm not bothering you. You know, I have a couple of questions I wanted to ask you about, you know, all this stuff." And he asked me some really interesting questions, like, you know, like what was the most hype moment of, you know, your time so far in the Sonic community, like, because this kid had only been, I think he was only part of the community since like 2016 or something like that. So he was basically saying, like, was there anything in like the early 2000s that were like real hype? And you know, there sure were. Oh, you absolute donkey! I forgot that was there. Great. Well, so my flawless plan to not kill myself ended up killing myself, so it's good. But yeah, some of the answers I gave that person who very nicely asked me a bunch of really nice questions. Like honestly, like if you're around in the Sonic community on the internet around about 2003, 2004, like no matter what people think of Sonic X or Sonic Heroes or Sonic Battle or any of those games back then, like being in the middle of that whole like the internet when that was a thing was so hype. Like it was the hypest thing. So it was actually quite nice trying to like think about those moments. It was like, well, you know, 2003, 2004. It was like a whole bunch of like 1, 2, 3. Oh, jeez. Like it was like 1, 2, 3 knockout punch, and then it really felt like Sonic was back because you had Sonic Adventure 2. Then Sega left like hardware, and everybody was like didn't know what the hell to do. They didn't know what was going on. They were like, so Sega's not making games anymore, or what? They're making games for Nintendo, or what's actually happening here? It was such a confusing time, and Sonic Heroes was their first multi-platform Sonic game ever. Like we take it for granted now, but it really was like a new era. Sonic Heroes. It felt like something fresh, something new, and yeah, you had that. You had like the Sonic Advance series, which were like it was going from strength to strength. Sonic Advance 3, everybody loved, I think, at the time. And then Sonic X, because Yuji Naka was back in the day was giving it this whole, oh, we were going to be this whole cross-media thing, and you know this whole cross-media thing isn't new in the Sonic franchise. Like, you know, we're talking about we're talking about things today, like, oh, the Sonic movies, this, and oh, Sonic Prime, that, and oh, Sonic Cross Worlds, and all the different worlds crossing over in IDW. It's like, this isn't a new idea, it's just that Sega's actually been able to effectively pull it off this time. But, you know, back in 2003, Sonic X was the thing to bridge everything together, and then it ended up being, like, absolutely not that. When everybody watched it, it was like, hey, this is like a brand new... This is a brand new thing. Why this is completely different to the games? And Yuji Naka came out and was like, well, yes, of course it's nothing to do with the games. Bye. I was like, what are you doing? What's going on? And yeah, everything was just mismatched. And then obviously the less said about Sonic Boom, which was another attempt at this cross-media thing, the better. So, you know, now they've actually got Sega's got their collective head sorted, and they're figuring out that there is actual benefit to doing it the right way. So, you know, they're doing good on it. But back then it was very hype. You know, I remember the annoying thing about Sonic Heroes was that it came out in Japan in like December 2003, and in the UK you had to wait till February 2004, I think, or March. I can't remember. February, I think. I'm pretty sure it's February, but the US had to wait till January 2004. And back then, if you were in the UK, you were humped for everything. Like, you got everything last. Probably ran like shit compared to like the US NTSC versions. PAL versions was still a thing. Slow down and letterbox and everything else. We don't have to deal with that anymore, thank God. So this era of modern gaming is great. But back then it was difficult, right? So everyone was like complaining about how long they had to wait for Sonic Heroes and all this stuff. And but what kept us going was that when it came out in Japan, there was like a massive leak of the entire soundtrack for Sonic Heroes, and like Jun Sonoi's entire soundtrack, pretty much the entire thing. And it got leaked, it got sent around, and that was all we had to go for like months. And it was so hype, everybody loved it. No matter what you thought of the game when it actually came out, that was so good. I'm going to allow that. You had no idea how hyped I was for Sonic Heroes. Yeah, Oceanside. It was a good time. It was a good time. And then it was like, you know, I lurked Sonic Stadium a ton back then. Oh, good. Well, hopefully a lot of people still lurk Sonic Stadium. Last minute continue. Oh, hello. Hello. It's good to see you guys. Last minute continue has some thoughts on Like a Dragon. Next to no budget on Yakuza 3. Yakuza 4 had budget but no real time. SOE prioritised rightly. Sonic's 20th stuff and activity got pushed to SOA. I was talking about getting Yakuza Black Panther games westward. So for Westward, So for those who don't know, the Black Panther games, which I actually haven't played, they were PSP games, spin-offs that are Japan only, and to this day still haven't been localized. There wasn't enough interest in localizing them internally, according to Last Minute Continue. Plus, PSP was bleeding to death at that point. We only really got Dead Souls in the West because of the internet reaction due to the Japanese trailers. Well, there you go. Oh, Dead Souls. I completely forgot about Dead Souls was a thing. That was an awful game, though. That was so... But it was funny. It was awful and funny at the same time. Charlotte Discordia. Hello. Welcome to the chat. Probably talking about what Sonic Heroes 2003-2004. That was about the year I joined SSMP and was a teenage dipshit. Oh, well, we were all teenage dipshits at some point. It's all good. Could you picture if we got a Sonic movie in the 2000s, we may have dodged a bullet? I don't know about that, Charlotte Discordia. Honestly, I wonder if I think honestly, the first Sonic movie was probably lucky we got away with how good that was, and then Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 are obviously like, they're baller movies, but they had the foundation of the first movie being not crap to jump onto. So I think honestly that the like most things Sonic and maybe Sega even related, a lot of these things happen to be good by almost sheer accident, I think, which is a shame, but it is what it is. I mean, we all remember how Paramount Sonic was gonna look, right? The old ugly movie Sonic. Like, I don't know. I don't think it would have fared any better if anyone, like, there was, for years, Sony was tagged for doing a Sonic movie before it went to Paramount. I don't think they would have done any better with it, honestly. So, dodged a bullet? I don't know. I think we probably would have got shot in the chest with a proper 5 gauge or 12 gauge, whatever the word is. Oceansized, it was February, talking about the release of Sonic Heroes in Europe 2004. Believe me, I remember the wait was agonizing. And yeah, I played Heroes to completion at 50 Hz on PS2. Ooh. Well, I mean, that deserves a medal of some sort. I at least played the game. No, I had the GameCube version on Japanese copy of Sonic Heroes on GameCube. I think I had the European version on Xbox, so I played it on Xbox. I got the PS2 version after, but I heard it ran like arse, so I just didn't bother. You know, I like Sonic Heroes. I've got a lot of love for it. It's not it's a bit janky. It's pretty janky, but you know, I appreciate the vibe. Charlotte Discordia, at the time I was bummed by Sonic Heroes because I felt it was a downgrade from Sonic Adventure 2, but years later I'm nostalgic for it. I think that's how it works, right? You know, like, new thing comes along and you go, that's not like old thing. I am sad or mad. And then, you know, years pass and you're like, oh, actually, you know, you kind of get to look at it for what it actually was rather than what it wasn't. And, you know, this is why this whole the cyclical thing on Twitter, mostly, like, it happens on social media a lot, but mostly happens on Twitter because that's where things are most active. But, you know, you get this cyclical thing where people talk about toxic positivity or toxic negativity in the Sonic space, and it's all it really is that it's people. A new game comes out and people go, ugh, hate this. It's not like, ugh. And then or people counter that by going, oh, I love this. I love it so much. I love it so much, I'm gonna marry it. It's gonna be my best friend for life. And then time goes on, and there is a kind of meeting. There's like a cross point. Like, the people who hate it end up going, actually, it was all right for what it did, and the people who just overloved it were like, oh, it's not as good as I thought. You know, it's not as good as I said it was. It's still good, but. And at some point, there's an intersection of where those lines cross, and that's probably where the truth point is. And it happens all the time on social media, right? Like, Sonic Frontiers was like a big thing about that, right? There was a big thing about Sonic Frontiers because it was so different, and Sonic Team was trying something new, and, you know, I said it before, but depressing. It was definitely a different vibe, and, you know, it can either hit or miss. It really depends on personal preference, but I think, you know, Frontiers, a lot of fans were pinning their hopes, dreams, and life savings on this being like good, so they kind of overloved it. And then people didn't see it was like, it wasn't as colourful as Sonic Heroes, for example, so they ended up over-hating it. And the reality is, it's a competent game. It just doesn't feel much like a Sonic. It doesn't feel like Sonic's in a Sonic world. But you can take it for bits and pieces. I think it's good. But yeah, no, that happens all the time. That's one of those things you see when you're in the community for as long as myself or Charlotte Discordia is, or Pete or anyone else, right? You kind of see the patterns. People talk about the Sonic cycle, and it's like, try that, but on a mass scale. Like, you see people go, oh, this Sonic cycle, but like, what if the Sonic cycle was a cycle on it all of its own? And every 5 or 6, 10 years, you see this happen over again. So it's interesting. But I totally get what you mean about Sonic Heroes. That it was janky. It was janky. I think I was one of those people that really loved it at the time, and then I played it and I was like, I can't control Team Sonic with the triangle jump. This is ass. I hate this now. So I've kind of flown on both sides of the spectrum, but now I've leveled out it. You know what? I love the design of Sonic Heroes. I love the vibe. I love the colors. I love the environments. It's exactly what I would want a future Sonic game to kind of look like. In not that kind of graphics, because obviously I don't want Xbox looking graphics in 2026 or anything. But that sort of vibrancy. That I don't think has ever really been met with, like, even Sonic Colors, right? Or Sonic Lost World. Sonic Lost World went too far the other way. They tried to do too much of a Saturday morning kind of, Super Mario inspired sort of cartoony look, and Sonic's just not that, in my opinion. Your opinion might be different. Oceanside. So I lurked the SSMB, I guess, until like 2010, when I finally plucked up the courage to start posting. Well, I'm glad you did. It's good to start chatting to people, make new friends. Pokeanime Matt, I know I used Sonic Stadium back in the day, but not to a huge extent. But over time, I lurked more, and I think it was last year or the year before. I finally signed up and loved it ever since. Visiting daily, it's the only website I visit daily and actually interact with everyone. Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say. I do notice you, Pokeanime Matt. You're posting a lot in particularly the video game forum and stuff like that, or the video game challenge we're doing for the year. It's good. I'm glad you're getting a lot of use out of it. A lot of chat since I've been gabbing off about Sonic Heroes. You can read leaked Sony emails discussing the movie. Yeah, do you know what? I don't know if I really give much of a stuff. I still enjoyed the GameCube version of Shadow the Hedgehog far more than the Xbox 360 demo version, says Bio for Republic. Yeah, Shadow the Hedgehog, that was a rare one. I don't know. It's one of those things where I think Shadow the Hedgehog, I kind of feel like, sometimes I get the itch to play it, but because it's not readily accessible on modern platforms anymore, I still have like my GameCube version over there, and I still have my GameCube, but it's just, it's effort hooking it up. And once you get through that mental barrier, I'm just like, do I want to hook up a GameCube just to play Shadow the Hedgehog? Nah. So if it was on a PS5 or a Switch or something, I'd just be like, yeah, okay, I'll play that for 5 minutes. It was ambitious, wasn't it, Shadow the Hedgehog, wasn't it? Yeah, it was very ambitious. Everyone's talking about ever turning wheel, Sonic community opinion here, last minute continue. Everyone's talking about Shadow the Hedgehog now. Yep. Sonic Cycle was the friends we made along the way, says Charlotte Discordia. Yes, I agree with that. And Pete says, I just play Sonic games and enjoy myself, man. Yeah, just like I'm doing and dying a million times in front of the world. Yeah, very embarrassing. Pete says, I'm the guy who enjoys Sonic Forces, remember? There he is, that one. There he is, the Sonic Forces enjoyer. Get him. Get him. I still have nightmares doing that trophy for like, how many rings was it? 9,999 or something stupid. I sometimes I wake up in sweats, cold sweats, to the theme of Prison Hall, just going doodle doo 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 doo. No. Bye for Republic. Said some stuff. Zerbar for his long-standing rant about the lead singer of Crush 40 sounded like Chad Kroeger from Nickelback on Helium, complete with copious profanity and visual aids. Oh, that's not a very nice thing to say about Johnny. I like Johnny Gioeli a lot. He's a pal. He's good. First time chatter in the chat. Vikram L. Sorry, I've got the tiniest resolution screen right now, so I think that's an L. Vikram L02. Is it DREADKNUX'S birthday? Happy birthday from the Netherlands. Hello. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Yes, last minute continue. Got to head back to editing. Have a great birthday. Welcome to the Crushing 40 Club. Yes. Thank you, last minute continue. Have a good night editing. I'm going to try and bash my way through the final boss of a Sonic Wonder. 8-bit. Let's go. Right, so this is another one of those things where it's completely different from the Master System version. I forget what's actually... Oh. Well, it helps if I remember what the actual Game Gear version does. So I think the Master System version had lasers in the ceiling. This has obviously fireballs in the floor, and as you can see, they burn Sonic's bottom. Oh, I don't like that thing either. You know, on the Master System version, it's quite easy to dodge. Oh, you actual... No. Non, I say in French. Non. It is also getting to be like 11 PM UK time, which means for me, it's way past my 40-year-old bad dad bod's bedtime. So this is probably me and my gaming getting very, very, very poorly done now. Nope. I remember that you were there now. And you're going to be in the middle now, aren't you? Oh, I've completely packed myself here. There we go. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. It's this thing. It's very complicated. But yeah. If this was 17-year-old me, I'd get it done in one life. Unfortunately, as we all know, my reflexes... My old man reflexes, I can't do it no more, sonny. I believe I jumped over that, though. However, having said that, Bush, it doesn't help that it takes like 1,000,000 hits to get him. Like, can you not, mate? I know you built this huge thing, and it's all very nice. And I bet you're very proud. Your mother's very proud. But can you not? Whoop. Yeah! Stick that up your bum. But he gets away! Oh no! Whatever shall we do? Oh, I can jump in. I thought it was automatic. Here he comes. Le Fat Man. Trolling around. Ah, thought you got away, didn't you? Thought you got away. And here's the extra bit with the Chaos Emeralds. This is all you get for your trouble, by the way. You get all the Chaos Emeralds and he just does a... looks up. I know it's just a sprite that's like showing like a shiny bit on his body. But I always look at that sprite where he goes... and see a little speck there, and I just keep thinking, that's the necklace from Sonic Underground. He's gonna go, trumpets bound, the throne awaits! Get his little guitar out and start doing a little medley. Oh, I do like this bit though, at the very end of the game. This is another reason why I like Sonic 1. Once you complete the game, you get like a whole like breakdown of your score based on how well you do. And like most 8-bit games, when you're actually playing the game, like the score count, the life count only goes up to like 9. But when you get to this screen, you realise that it actually has been counting the lives, because you get, you know, say you got 20 lives during the course of the game, it'll count 20 lives as part of your score. So it's very cool. That was it. That's the one. Sonic the Hedgehog. The Game Gear version. Like I said, much prefer the Master System version, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. I do like the music. But yeah, what's interesting about this one is that they kind of did a half... It felt like they kind of did a remake of Sonic 1 Genesis, but just tried to do it in 8-bit, because obviously you couldn't handle loops and stuff like that on the 8-bit systems. But what's interesting is that they kind of... It felt like they did a Sonic Mania, where it's like, let's take some of the levels from the original games and make up our own ones halfway through. So, and I do love that about the game. Like, you've got Green Hill Zone, which is, you know, Green Hill Zone, and Labyrinth Zone still there, Scrap Brain. But, you know, I appreciate Brick Zone, and Jungle Zone is probably one of my favourite, you know, original 8-bit games. From the levels from the 8-bit games. See, it's too late. I'm getting my words all jumbled up. The Poke Anime Matt has a question. I asked GX on one of the recent Sega Sonic radios, so I'll ask you the same question, and anyone else who would like to answer. If you could have any arcade game in a LAD, I love that acronym, by the way, like, you know, coming from Essex, absolute LAD, LAD or Yakuza game, which would you want? Not an arcade game, but I'd love Ice Climbers. I know it's not Sega, but I have a lot of memories of playing Ice Climbers with my partner on the Wii Virtual Console. Well, that's cool. I mean, I know that you know, being a dad, you end up obviously having no time to play games whatsoever. I think Sonic games is the only time. Sonic and Yakuza are the only games I've been able to play at any kind of length. So I'm so far behind on my stuff. But even the spin-offs, I only just completed the first Judgment game, maybe about a year ago or something. So I need to get on Lost Judgment at some point. I heard you can play Master System games on Lost Judgment. Like, they added like a Master System to the thing, and you can play the arcade games too. But you can go to like is it Yagami's apartment and just like play Master System games. None of the Sonic ones though. Where I'm like, come on, man, you had it right there, Master System. Play the Sonic games. So yeah, just a bunch of Sega games don't care about. So it's perfectly doable, I suppose. If you know, Sega does have this kind of little Yakuza loving with Nintendo that they've been doing with the, you know, Yakuza Kiwami and Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. You know, maybe they could say to Nintendo, hey, do you want an NES in here? And you put some Ice Climbers in there. So I wouldn't say it's outside the realm of possibility. It'd be very unlikely, but, you know, I'm sure it could happen at some point. In terms of arcade games, people have said... Fire for Republic said Puzzle Bobble or Buster Move, which is a good choice. I would actually say, I mean, I'm not really into puzzle arcade games. Kind of don't see the point. So I would say I would swap that but for something in the series, but like Bubble Bobble. Bubble Bobble. Streets of Rage 1, says Charlotte Discordia. That's a good choice. Yeah, Streets of Rage 1. Because I think wasn't that actually in the arcade? I don't know. 2 wasn't, but I think 1 was. I don't know. Maybe I should skip out of this and stop annoying people with repeating... What's the name? I'll just let it go to... Island Tour! Wait, not that one. How do I get out of here? Here we go. Right, where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? Where do we want to go, gang? Let's do... Oh, do you know what? I've been talking about it a lot. Let's do Sonic 2. And then... Island. And there you go. We'll just let that happen. Just let that happen around us. Yeah. I mean, Streets of Rage is always a good shout for Like a Dragon. Breeton Boy, he's joined the chat. Yo, happy birthday, Dreadknux'S. Hey, thank you very much. Thank you for joining the chat. Your presence is most welcome. Oceanside, we're talking. If you just joined, just like Breton Boy, by the way, we're talking about. Pokeanime Matt has posted a question to the chat, which is, if you could choose any arcade game or any game, I guess, to be in the arcades for a Yakuza game or like a Dragon game, what would you pick? So there's been a few. There's been Streets of Rage. Oceanside says Super Hang On arcade version if they haven't done it already. I don't know if I don't know if they've done Super Hang On, but I feel like they have done a Hang On-ish game already. Or am I thinking of Outrun? They've definitely done Outrun before. So yeah, I don't know what I'd pick. I mean, do you know what I really loved? Was it what game was it in? Was it in Yakuza 7? Like a Dragon, Yakuza 7. There was some really obscure Sega stuff in that one, in the arcades. I wish I could remember what it was called. I'm gonna look this up. Where's my phone? It was that 3D racing game where you're like in a, I don't know where you're in. You're kind of rolling in some ball. It was a bit like Extreme G on the Nintendo 64, but arcade and Sega-fied. Like a Dragon, Yakuza 7 arcade games. Bish bash bosh. Let's have a look at them. Here we go. No? What? Hold on a minute. So, oh yeah, I forgot Taiko no Tatsujin was in there. Toilets. God. Motor Raid, I think that's what I was thinking of. Motor Raid, where you're just running around in first person in a weird Extreme G type of thing. I really like that. So I don't know what my answer would be, but because I don't know any super deep cut Sega arcade games from that era, but I would really like some more of that, like some cool 3D, like some cool 3D arcade game that hasn't really been like what's that skateboarding game done by the it's a bit Jet Set Radio. Skate King, is it Skate King? I'd like to see Skate King in there actually. Something Jet Set Radio-y or something funky, you know, because I think the guy who did the music for Jet Set Radio did the music for that. Ollie King, that's the one. Thank you, Oceanside. Ollie King. Pretty sure it's Ollie King I'm thinking of. Yeah, I'd like to see that Ollie King actually, because that's the game that I remember seeing like cool artwork for, and I was like, oh man, that'd be cool to play that. What? It's in the arcades? What? Is it only in Japan? What's going on? So there you go. Breton Boy says, also just saw you shall be a guest at SonicCon UK this year. I will be a special guest at SonicCon UK this year. Will be great to see you. Thank you. It'll be great to see you too. I've said this before, but it's been a couple of hours, so I'll just say it again. Yeah, we figured on my birthday it would be a nice time to announce that I'm a special guest at SonicCon UK, which is on the 1st of November this year in London. Sounds like a really cool event. They've done it a couple of times before. They've had Bentley Jones do like a gig there, and this year I think they've got some cool voice acting talent there for like voices of Sonic and Shadow and things like that. So sounds like a good time, and it'll be great to like go to a convention that I'm not organising for once. See how you know, because I know how the biscuit's made a little bit, so you know, I won't have to worry about that too much. I just get to enjoy myself and get to speak to people and chat to people. But I am talking with the organisers about doing a panel there as well, because this year is the Sonic Stadium's 25th anniversary too. So I'd like to kind of do a little bit about that, like the history of the Sonic community online sort of thing, because you know, I get a lot of questions these days, if I get any questions, about what was it like in the before time? What was it like when people were talking about Sonic heroes? And then I go, heroes? Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time. And they still won't remaster the fucker. So, you know, it's nice to get these questions. It kind of, it's weird. I try not to answer too many of those kinds of questions, because it's one of those things where it's like, if you think about it too much, you end up getting yourself into a feedback loop where you're not thinking about the present or the future. You're just living in the past, and then all of a sudden your friends start going, Sven, what are you doing? You're talking about Sonic Adventure 2 again. It's not 2001. And I'm like, just got to beat Pyramid Cave one more time. Sven, what are you doing? You gone American. You've gone American too. It's all in my mind. And yeah, at that point, it starts to be a case of I think I'm losing my mind. I've got to turn up the fans here because for some reason it's 11 PM and yet it's still somehow gotten hotter in the UK. So, you know, I'm very much enjoying the heat death of my own universe. How are you? How is your world right now? Whether you're calling from the UK or calling from the US or the Netherlands or elsewhere, are you suffering a heat wave just like me? Oh, for just a glass of water, you too can save a Dreadnought. Oh boy. PokeAnime Matt has said there was a Beatles game like Rock Paper Scissors. I think that was Like a Dragon. Oh, it might have been in Like a Dragon, but I can tell you definitely where it was in. It was in Yakuza Kiwami. And you're talking about... oh, what was it called again? I know it's a riff off of an actual Sega Kids game called Musha King, where you would collect... I actually went to Japan one time while this was big. And so I saw it in like in action in the world, but there was these little arcade machines and you'd buy these card packs and you'd scan the cards or you'd put them in a slot or something like that, and it would register your little Pokemon-esque beetle with the stats and stuff, and then you just do a rock paper scissors game with whoever was in the arcade with you at the time, and you just play against them that way. And the difference is they replaced the Beatles with like just really scantily clad women, which was a thing that the Yakuza games just decided to do at one point. I don't think they do that so much anymore. It's a bit cringe, but you know, they do have a bit of fun with that a little bit. Top Skater was the Crazy Taxi devs. Okay, well I'm probably thinking of both then, Top Skater and Ollie King. Ollie King for the vibes, Top Skater for the devs, I suppose. So there's been a fair bit of chat. So Project Phoenix, my brother, let's chat about a possible Sonicon panel this weekend. Oh right, okay, like as in person. Yes, let's do that. Breton Boy says, I don't know if you know, but I performed at SonicCon last year and I shall be performing again this year. Well, there you go. There's something to look forward to. We are back playing Pyramid Cave, says Oceansized. Do you know what? I was trying to figure out what to like hook up to do streams tonight, and obviously I've only played like one game. It's the one game I know how to play good, so that's it for the day. But yeah, I've got all these consoles, but because time got away from me, and the last time I did a stream was literally like a million years ago, I was just like, right, I'm just going to hook up my PS5, which is fine. I have all the games, Sonic games related, on my PS5, but it's still not like all of them, because my Xbox has like Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Adventure and stuff. So maybe I'll save Sonic Adventure 2 for like a proper stream that I might do for Sonic Stadium's 25th, which is in August. Jeez, it's not in August, it's in October. Why am I thinking of August? It's probably because I'm going to Gamescom this year, so I'm probably going in August. Charlotte Discordia, about the weather, we've got it bad in Scotland right now. Oh, you're a Scots! Yay! Scotland. My wife's Scottish, so one of us. And I'm drinking brew. Well, actually, I'm not drinking brew anymore. It's kind of the dregs, but all gone. Pokemon Matt, Kiwami Man, can't remember exactly. I should. Bye for Republic. I have a miserably muggy day today with just enough rain to keep everything muggy and humid. Yeah, I hate when that happens. Like, don't rain if you're gonna just make things even more hot. Like, Rain is good if it's refreshing, right? Like, I don't... What are you doing? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? So, yeah. Chat's kind of died now. So let's go to... not this anymore. Let's try and... Hang on, I'm going to turn that down on the speaker so I'm not distracting myself. But let's go to... Da, 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 da. That was almost a Super Mario Brothers theme tune, so I'm just going to ignore that whole thing. Excuse me. So, Sonic Stadium. 25 years of all this nonsense. I don't know how I've done it. Probably copious amounts of beer and now coffee, because I don't drink beer anymore. So, right, on this cool little website, if you've never been, there's all sorts of things going on. There's news, there's blogs, there's more news, there's calendar stuff. Look, it's my birthday. Hello. Has anyone actually said hello to my happy birthday to me on the actual calendar? Let's have a look. Let's see. It's my face. Oh, this is all from last year. DREADKNUX'S has come from London to steal my liver. Oh, that's nice. Happy day of birth, Dread. Thank you for what you've done for this community. You're such a hard worker. Please just do the one thing. I don't know about hard worker, but thank you very much. So this is all last year. Has anyone given me stuff for this year? Let's see. Ah, have a great birthday, DREADKNUX'S. Thank you, young Sonic fan. And happy belated Dread on July the 3rd. Well, you're either very, very late or very, very early. So let's go to this page, which is where I asked everyone to celebrate my birthday and give me some cool stuff, digitally speaking. And yeah, we'll go from there. So that's a comment. So that's not. Cuz has done a. He has done some gallery stuff. I'm gonna have to check the gallery stuff in a short while. Drop in my Instagram. I don't know if I go on here, will it show? Yes, it does show the right thing. So let's have a look. Happy 40th birthday, DREADKNUX'S. That's a really sweet picture. Happy 40th birthday, DREADKNUX'S. In the spirit of 2001, I came up with this fan art that features Shadow the Hedgehog wearing the clothing Ethan Hunt wore at the beginning of Mission Impossible 2 while he's climbing up Dead Horse Point in Utah. That's amazing. Did I mention Mission Impossible 2 is my favourite Mission Impossible movie? Ah, strong. That's strong. I thought he was just wearing clothes. I thought it was just like, oh, it's just some kind of, like, that's my OC right there. Holy man, this guy's done the work. You've fused the 2000s vibes together. That's very strong. That's very strong. Badnik Mechanic. Oh my god, now 2000 dance. That's not a gift to me. Away with you. Let's see. So someone has sent me a homebrew program for the Wii where you can transfer exclusive rare chow. That's very nice. I did download it. It wasn't hacked. It wasn't a Trojan or anything like that, so that's nice. But I did remove the link because I wasn't sure. That's very sweet. That's very thoughtful. Thank you very much. Music-based greeting card for Dreadly. Activate from Biafra Republic. I don't know if this is going to play the music. If it does play the music, it might actually copyright hit me. So how do I play it without the music? I don't know how you play without the music. Hold on. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh my. Hold on. That's it. Mute. Good stuff. That's not going to hit me. It's not going to hit me anymore. Happy 40th, Dreadly. I have listened to this before because I knew going in that if it was going to play any copyright music, I wouldn't be able to play it. So if you can just imagine like a whole bunch of like, you know, edgy rock and roll heavy metal music going, that's very nice. That's very nice. Thank you, Biafra Republic. Big fan of that. Big fan of that. Titans Creed, it's officially the 30th. Happy birthday, Chief. I don't know if this will play. Will it play the music? I don't know. Tell me.
Hello, Svenda. How you doing? A big happy birthday to
Tell me if you can hear that.
Good friend. I hope you're enjoying your 40th birthday, and I hope your day has been filled with joy.
Thank you, Pete.
And many other gifts and good deeds, as well as just all the good tides that are due your way. You know me, I'm a video man. I saw the thing that you're going to do, reacting to stuff that people send you. I thought I'd send you a video, even though I'm going to be seeing you at the end of the week. Ah! Hooray, hooray.
You are going to be seeing me at the end of the week.
But yeah, I just wanted to send this really. Like, we've been friends for over a decade now. Like,
We have.
I don't know. Like, since the internet's been a thing, right? I could go back through the time and say, like, I could have been at SOS 08. Unfortunately, like, I got my invite, I just completely forgot it was a thing, and I was working.
Unbelievable. Docking
But
points.
because of that,
Docking
I made sure
points.
I went to 09, you know, Brick Lane and everything else, and then 10, Shepherd's Bush. And since
That was a good year.
11, oh my goodness, 11 was where the one that I actually got to work as part of the team.
11 was
And
a
then
sweaty
after
year.
that, you know, you guys all came down to Portsmouth. We did a weekend and bits and pieces, and that started our trend of twice a year or so. We do things. I remember the time of just sitting up, looking at shit YouTube videos until God knows when in the morning. At mine, you know, after when you were still drinking. I'm not sure if that's still a thing anymore. It's time has changed so much. I know you definitely cut back on it a fair bit. I remember the Speed Demon event. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever quite been forgiven for that one. But if it wasn't because of you and the community that you made over on TSS, you did really big shout outs when I started doing the charity events post SOS after 16 official, when we started doing stuff over the pandemic. You even came on for one of the last ones, came and did the interview with Mike Pollock, and you obviously, you and TSS all donated to be part of Blindfold Gate as part of when we were doing our Mania
that was
playthrough.
fun.
That was fun.
Gave you loads of
I
money
remember that.
to look
And
silly
who
on
can
camera.
forget?
It was good.
You know, having the lucky opportunity to be invited away for your stag do and to your wedding with Crystal and everything else. I have been honoured to be your friend for as long as I have done. I'm honoured to continue that as well. You're a good man, you're a good friend, and I hope that this friendship lasts forevermore, and I hope you have many good birthdays to come. So I'll see you at the end of this week, and I hope the rest of your evening goes swimmingly. And
okay, this is a bit.
sorry, that is getting on my nerves. I'll be back in a second.
Ha! Sonic 06. Loading.
Hey, hey, hey!
Oh my god. Jump scare or what? Pete, what are you doing?
Oh, Christ! It's the Sonic Man.
Ah ha 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 ha. Oh, that's funny. This is very good. I do like this twist. Will we see another Summer of Sonic? Don't ask me. Ask Sega. Loading. Now loading.
Now that that miserable guy's gone, I hope you have a wonderful 40th birthday, my dear.
Hey.
I'll see you soon. Take care.
Aw, that's very sweet. And I'm going to click off of all that, whatever that is. Very sweet. Thank you, Pete. I'm going to instantly disqualify you because of nepotism. So, because we're such close friends, I don't feel like it would be unfair if I gave you any kind of prize. So, sorry. I might give you a nice warm hug this weekend. But I really, really appreciate the video. It's very nice and very sentimental. I do I do absolutely love it. And the Sonic Man quality. Although did he say hey or did he not? Did he go hey, hey, hey? It's got to go hey. That's for the 100%, yeah. Except not 100% because you're disqualified. Right. Well, thank you. You should have read the comment. He says. Well, I don't know. I can't expecting going onto YouTube every 5 minutes and reading all the comments. You got to make it easy for me. I could not find the voice clip. You could have just recorded you saying, "Oh, it's easy." I could go, "Oh." Can you go, "Oh"? Can you guys go, "Oh"? It's just, "Oh." Like, you know, we're not asking Ryan Drummond to do a "hey, hey, hey" or something like that. We're going, "Hey." It's just a bloke. You could have, yeah, you could have, and that's why you're not winning any prizes. Oh, Pete, thank you very much. That's very nice, very nice. It means a lot. Thank you. This amazing drawing from Sage. This is. I can't believe how much I love this. It's so good. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen this before, but you know, if you know our community at all, Sage has been with us for a couple of years, and you know they've been doing some really cool artwork on our community gallery. We've got a fan art category where you can like post your fan art and stuff like that. Have a little home for it, so that it doesn't kind of get lost in the noise of social media. You can actually share it with people and stuff. And Sage has done a good job of, like, their thing is taking the kind of the dynamic of Eggman and Sage from Sonic Frontiers, as you could probably guess from the username, and just kind of doing cute little drawings of those two interacting, like fatherly and daughterly kind of ways. But the art style is always in a kind of vein of you know, the classic book The Snowman. That might not be the intention, but that's the read I get anyway. It's just very sweet and very moving, and yeah, I really dig the art style. And this is one of the times where someone's actually done recent fan art of my original The Character Do Not Steal for years, and I love it. Like, they've got the colours down, the little chain. I don't know what I was thinking when I was designing like New Age Dreadnoughts or anything like that. Like, I shared the sprites up above to give people some inspiration if they wanted to do some kind of artwork or something. So, but other than that, it was just a fun thing to just go, look, here's how I look like in sprite form over the years, and the blue knuckles and everything, and oh my god, it's great. I love it. I love it. Even got the shades down. I don't know what I was doing with any of this stuff. Like, I think I just wanted to give my character just stuff, so it didn't just look like a Knuckles. So that's a very strong contender. Thank you for putting in all that effort, Sage. Thank you. I really, really love that. Thank you. What's this one? Slammermile or Slammermile? Happy birthday, Dreadknugh'S. I'm new to this community, but I've enjoyed everything I've seen on this site so far, and only wish I knew about it earlier. A lot of people say that. It's kind of nice. I think, you know, I wonder if, like, you know, people get sucked into social media and like and don't get an opportunity to look kind of further afield. So it's really nice that people are kind of doing that and exploring actual real communities like ours. But I hope you like it here, and I hope you stick around for a long time. And with the changes and upgrades we're going to be making very, very soon to the site, hopefully you'll find that, you know, you'll have a lot to stick around and do and live for on our community, at least. And there's a cool little graphic there. Thank you very much. Again, my original The Character. I love it. Get out of the way. Happy birthday. Flipper clip. Yeah, I love it. Thank you. And welcome to the community, Slammermile. And nice job on the birthday card for Dreadnough'S. Right, so thank you very much to everyone. Between Sage and this one, Mr. Ethan Hunt Shadow Edition. But let's see what we've got here. Gallery. Actually, do you know what? I did ask people to tag the stuff, so let's just see if we can find stuff that's tagged. So here we go. That's, I don't know if any of this is tagged. Let's click onto one of these new pieces of content. No, that's tagged fan character. So let's just go. Let's just get out of here. So this one looks like it's meant for me. Dreadnough'S birthday piece without background. There we go. Kind of chaos. Just a vision of 2 round skills. I love all this. It's so cool. Yeah, I love people's like interpretations of like characters and stuff. The way that Cosmic Chaos has like done Knuckles there, and Shadow holding like a beam of like, I don't know, cosmic light or something. It's just really cool. Thank you for making that. That's amazing. If I click the DREADKNUX'S tab, let's see where that goes. Let's see where that takes me. Let's see. We've got Pete again with the with the blog, with the video. So I won't click that again. Oh, here we go. Let's click on this one. Let's see. Right, Ratchet 25 Tex has sent this. Happy birthday, DREADKNUX'S. Here's to one of the way past coolest Sonic fans I've ever met. You're an inspiration to all of us Sonic fans. Oh, thank you very much. And I love this. This is so cute. I even got a little hat with the logo on it. That's really nice. I love it. And my best friend is Ratchet from Ratchet & Clank. That's great. I love that. Right, happy 40th birthday, DREADKNUX'S, Amy. So here is a blog, it looks like. Oh, or not, it's an art piece in a blog. Ha! I do like that. Because what they've done is they've taken the crappy happy birthday sign that is from the other contest, and they've drawn a really cool Amy on it. That's nice. Very good. Let's click out that, can't we? Yeah. There's some very strong fan art here, I've got to say. Here we go. Here's Cuz's entry. And we've been talking a lot about Sonic and Yakuza lately. So this is you know, this is ticking all the boxes here. Any of everything else. During Yakuza 1, there's a nightclub, and you get to do dance-offs. And it's part of a minigame type quest thing, and one of the songs is called Friday Night, and it's just a Sega song, right? But they've turned it into a dance song, and it's stupid and it's fun and it's brilliant, and you have to do a dance off, and the moves are a little bit like this. So it's just basically Kazuma Kiryu dancing off against Shadow with, I think that's meant to be like either the Sonic Adventures Sonic on the decks, or the Sonic R Sonic from that weird Sonic 3 song from, who's that guy called? Slim Jim? No, it's not called Slim Jim. Mr. What's his face? Mr. Yeehaw. Anyway, the cowboy guy, country music guy. Don't know his name. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Kiryu, Kazuma and Shadow in an iconic scene. I could probably make it more in theme with a birthday, but I'm getting lazy. At least I hope Kiryu looks like Kiryu. I only know a little bit about Yakuza. I'd say you've hit the brief. You've hit the brief when it comes to Kazuma Kiryu. You got the suit. He got his face vaguely. It's all good. I think that's very good. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. Let's have a look here. So I think further down here is nothing. So this is the last one that's tagged. So here we go. A big thank you to DREADKNUX'S. I woke up this morning only to find out that my fan art gallery was featured in our picks. Woohoo! I cannot express how grateful I am, because I love this community, and the fact that my artwork is now being acknowledged here is just way past cool. Thank you, DREADKNUX'S, for creating such an amazing place where Sonic fans like me can gather and just geek out. P.S. Sorry if this isn't the right blog category for posting this. I don't know if this counts. It's just as a birthday gift. I think it's just a kind of like a thank you. But you know, I respect the vibe. And you're very welcome, by the way. Thank you for saying all of this nice stuff. Let's see. So let's rack it up. So we've got maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. We've got tabs open for everything. So let me just do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. six entries, and then we've got the stuff on the blog which wasn't tagged. So let me just pull the blog back up again. But I'm going to put it to chat, I think. I'm going to put it to chat, like what the favourite is going to be. So I'm going to pick a couple, and then I'm going to open the floor. Open the goddamn floor. Strong choices. The yes, the good Red Child, the Weather Republic thing, and so you know what? Calling it. That's 1, 2, 6, 9, 11. 11? Yeah. 12. That's the best way to. The best way to handle it. So I think my gut tells me, because I think option 1 is going to be this Ethan Hunter's Shadow, because I just love the creativity of it. It's very, very good. So we're going with Ethan Hunt Shadow version. We are going to go for Sage with Dread. What did someone say earlier? Dread the Sketchnux, said Pete. So Dread the Sketchnux. What else will we go for? Let's see. I think it's really those two. Let me just bounce back to this one. Right, so it's either this one, or let's go with. I do like the Amy. I do like the Amy, gotta say. And I'm very, very appreciative of the Kiryu. Let's see. I think it has to be an art piece. And it has to be one of these three. So, okay, chat, here's your mission, right? Your mission is to help me decide which one wins the prize of all of that 2001 Sonic fan pack. So it could be Cosmic Chaos with this incredible rendition of Sonic fighting Shadow, fighting Knuckles. Very cool stuff. It could be Joseph the Jolly Fellow, who via Instagram has given us something I didn't even know we really needed, which was Shadow the Hedgehog playing the role of Ethan Hunt, doing the Dead Horse Point in Utah. I'm still laughing at it. It's amazing. Or are we going for Sage with Dread the Sketchhog, or Dread the Sketchnux, or whatever the hell? I don't know what we're calling it. I'm going to leave it to you guys for a little bit. I'm opening the floor. The official decision making start, and if there is no kind of consensus, I guess I'll have to make a choice. But I figured I'd let democracy win for a little bit. In the meantime, maybe we play a little bit more of something else. I don't know if we should keep going with the theme of 8-bit Sonic. What do we feel? Maybe I go for Sonic Chaos. Maybe I go for Triple Trouble. I don't know. What do we think? Let me just put the game back on. Wherever that is. There we go. Let's pick that up. Oh look, they're still dancing. How about that? Hi everyone. How's it going? Or do I just play a 16-bitter? Do I play a 16-bitter? Not Sonic CD. That will wind me up. Let me see. Maybe it's Sonic 2. Let's have a look at some game ground. I think. Yeah, no, do you know what? I wonder. I'm going to do Sonic Chaos, actually. How about that? Right, remember, we've all got to... I want to see chat talking about this. We want to pick either Sages, Dread the Sketchhog, the Ethan Hunter Shadow, or the Awesome Threesome just having a go at each other. Sonic, Knuckles, and Shadow. Let's do it! Charlotte Discordia says there's tons of DREADKNUX'S fan art from 2007 to 2008 on DeviantArt. Also, the old Star Wars fan film thing. Oh, are you talking about my old DeviantArt account? Because yeah, I'll put a few things on there. I'm gonna play Sonic because for some reason in Sonic Chaos, that's the only way you can get Chaos Emeralds. Tails is denied. I don't really understand why. Poor Tails. He should be able to get Chaos Emeralds just like anyone else. But the deal with Chaos Emeralds in this game, you just collect 100 rings. Which is a bit annoying really, because I kind of like... I like the idea of actually playing the levels, and you kind of stuck with having to like... Oh shoot. This way, you like, if you try and get all of the Chaos Emeralds in as quickly as possible, you end up skipping huge levels, which I'm not really complaining about. But at the same time, I've forgotten like pretty much the entire map of the first several levels of Sonic Chaos just because. See what I mean? I don't know where I'm going. Oh fudge! Oh please. I hate being on the ground level because, oh, there's spikes everywhere. Spikes. Don't like spikes. Poke Anime Matt says, all three are great, but I do like Sage's piece with the classic Dread chibi style. Heck, I even like the style of the text in the image. So, we got one vote for Sage's chibi DREADKNUX'S. What do we think? Do we want that to win? Do we want Ethan Hunter's Shadow to win? Still to play for. Oh, are you absolutely joking with me? I do like the music though. Oh, I kind of fudged this up. Oh, platforms. It usually, at this point, I'm good enough to get the rocket boots at the top and then end up getting all the rings on the top level, but I've completely fudged it right now, so there you go. This is kind of much of a nothing now because I've kind of pissed it up the wall. Ah, I forgot about him. Maybe I can pull it back a little bit. There's lots of rings up here, but I don't know. Shite. Why do I do this to myself? Stand still, you little bugger. And there's a spin dash in this one, so that's nice. Oh, wee. Right. Let's try and get on here. There we go. Need rings. Need rings. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, fudgicles. That could have been it for me. That could have been my in. Do you know what? Oceanside says Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I'm tempted actually. I'm tempted to just bail out of this and do Sonic 3 and Knuckles. What do we think? What do we think? Should we do Sonic 3 and Knuckles instead? I do like that it does rate your I don't know how it calculates it, but it tells you your average speed at the end of the stage. Bit of a weird thing to do, but Especially since I don't know what calculates it, because I was going super slow just then. I don't think I was going 300 and whatever kilometers per hour. Unless that's meant to be stupid slow. Oh, those were just normal boots. Woo! Oh. PokeAnime Matt says, Ethan Hunt Shadow is great too. I recently started watching the Mission Impossible films. I've seen the first 3 so far. I can't remember which is the second film. I think that's the virus one, maybe. All I remember about the second one is that he's on a motorbike a lot. He does motorbike shit. Motorbike! Woohoo! I don't think I'm getting Chaos Emeralds in this run, lads and ladettes. I don't think it's happening. So I'm just going to show you how chaos reigns in Sonic Chaos. Or something, I don't know. I'll figure it out as I go along. I've mentioned this before, the music's good. Music is good. Oh, don't you dare run into me. I will have words with your mother. Woo! Alright, let me just do this zone and we'll hit Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I feel like chat is pushing me towards not this. And you know what? I feel you. This is one of those games for me, because I played it a lot when I was a kid, because at this point it was like I really wanted a Mega Drive. Like I was happy with Sonic 1 and 2 on a Master System, and I didn't mind Sonic Chaos. Like I like the colours, I like the graphics and everything, but by that point I was kind of like really side-eyeing a Mega Drive and being like, okay, now I really want to play Sonic 2, you know, and I was just kind of done with the Master System by this point. So I know this game quite a lot, but at the same time I'm kind of like, do you know what? It kind of represents, in my head, it represents, you know, an aching need for something better. So it's kind of ironic that chat's telling me to go for Sonic 3 and Knuckles instead. Also, can I just say, they absolutely butchered the music for the Game Gear version here. The music in the Master System version for Gigapolis Zone, or however you pronounce it, is supremely better. I don't know what this music is. It's silly, it's dumb, it's nonsensical. But don't give me this. Don't give me this nonsense. Give me the Master System versions. I'll be your friend. Oh, was I doing something new? I'll start off something fresh, you know. Why not, eh? Press button. Oh, press button. Hey. I like that they edited the little clear sprite there to include Amy. That's nice. Do I want to do Sonic? Do I want to do Sonic? Do I want to do... Do you know what? Do you know what? There was a guy on the SSMB the other day who was going mad over this apparent trick that no one's been talking about with Tails and the monkey nuts in Angel Island. So I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for Tails. I don't usually play as Tails. Right. So apparently you just does he have another? Give me another nut. Monkey nuts. Do I just have to? Oh, that's it forever, isn't it? Okay. Well, successful test. Freaking love this game. It is very good. How is that possible? Right. I'm gonna try. Oh my god! It works! The coconuts bounce off Tails when he flies. Okay. I didn't know that. I did not know that at all. And the guy the other day, or yesterday, or whenever it was, when he went absolutely insane on the forums going, how has nobody heard about this, blah blah blah, I've only just found this out, there's nothing anywhere on any wikis. Give him his dues. He deserves his flowers. Like that guy on SSMB, we need to champion him. He's a scholar and a friend. Tails and his butthole can deflect coconuts. I think that's cause for great celebration. Cause for great celebration. Anyway, back to the task at hand, chat. You have 3 stunning DREADKNUX'S birthday entries for which to collectively decide which is the best. PokeAnimeMat offered that Sage's DREADKNUX'S, the Sketch Hog or whatever it is, Chibi Dread, is best. But then he also said that Ethan Hunt Shadow is also kind of the best. So he's kind of taken that back. So I need more people to chat and offer some suggestions here. So, just to... I can't pause here, can I? I'm going to take a wee break just to remind you all what the different options are. Let's pause that shiz. Let's go to browser. So, your choices are this one, or this one. Can I embiggen? I can embiggen. There you go. There's your 3 choices. Sonic v Shadow v Knuckles. Ethan Hunt, can I... Oh dear. Don't think I want it that big. Do I sign in, zoom in like that? How's that look on the thing? Yeah, there we go. Let's just... Oh, I can't. Whatever. That works. Or Sage and DREADKNUX'S the Cheebs. I need you guys to make a decision because I don't want to have to make it. That is your deal. Your birthday present for me today is to decide who wins. There you go. Said my bit. Oh, did they put that back in? Whoop. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. I love just the 4K-ness of this. Big fan. Big fan of the extra real estate. It's perfecto. Let's go up the tree. Iconic. Oh, I don't like this though. They wrestle control from me, don't they? You have to stand in the middle. Like, dude, I'm a big boy. I can make my own decisions. Oh, I forgot Tails is too short to get blocked by the spikes there. Bye for Republic. I ain't getting involved. Everyone's too close in ability. That doesn't help me. Right, here we go. I think I remember how this works. This is another one of those games where I know like the back of my hand, but I don't think that's a very special gift given that every 90s kid probably knows this game like the back of their hand, so... I do know how to perfect them all though, so... I'll let chat decide whether that's an important skill or not. Whether I can take that to the bank. I'm not going to explain how this works because, you know, you guys already know how this works. You want to get rings, you got to find a body of spheres, blue, run around them in a circle, entrap them. Oh, I've been there. Entrap them and make the rings. Make the rings happen. It can be difficult in some of the later levels, but I know exactly where all the bits are. The tricky bit is when it gets faster. But it's at that point it just becomes muscle memory. So really, the only way I'm able to do this now is because it's more of a rhythmic thing. Like, my fingers know exactly kind of which way to go because of the beat of the music and that way. Oceanside says, in this version of Sonic 3 Knuckles, they let you try and hit Robotnik in Hidden Palace though, which is nice during the cutscene. Oh yeah, they do. That's pretty good. A little bit more of immersion. I thought you could do that in the original though. I always remember being able to hit him as Sonic. Well, you know, Robotnik was getting his old little laser taser out before he brained Knuckles. I forget, I'm still in Act 1, right? So there's no more big rings here. Do 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 do. Let's go. Do. Pretty easy once you know the trick. Is it here? There it is. Give me that water shield. That's the only place I know where there's a thing. I think there's one there and one a little bit further along that bit. I think it's a 10 ring. But yeah, I'm not lucky enough to know where any other ones are. I just completely get them by accident. I think there's like a flame shield in like Mushroom Hill Act 1 or something. That's the only other one I know that is definitely there. Let's go. Here's a question I'd like to ask chat. When you're playing one of these games, let's say, for the sake of argument, Sonic 2 or Sonic or this game, when's the soonest, based on your ability, and be honest, when's the soonest you're able to like get all the Chaos Emeralds? Because for me, I think for Sonic 3, it generally tends to be like the first act of Marble Garden. But it depends on, I think it's like halfway through the level, because there's a couple of secret rings there. But sometimes I miss one or fluff one. So my real skill level tends to be, oh no, I fudged this up. Ah, I should have jumped those last two. But anyway, when's the soonest you generally get to unlock Super Sonic? I'm really annoyed that I missed that. I wasn't paying attention. Usually jump the last two balls. Sonic 2, if I'm trying to get all the Chaos Emeralds, like if I'm really trying. End of Emerald Hill Act 1. Sorry. What am I talking about? Emerald Hill Act 2. And that's only a recent thing. Because I didn't really know much about the... Well, I knew it was there, but there's like a star post right before the boss, which isn't... I'm not talking about the obvious one that's like, you know, right on the floor. But there's one in a secret platform floating in the air. And if you take the top route a certain way, in Angel... see, it's too late in the evening, I'm talking about absolute nonsense. In Emerald Hill Zone Act 2, if you take a certain route up, you end up getting an extra star post just before the boss. So if I was playing really well and not being a complete dill hole, I could do it before the first boss. How about you guys? when is your earliest supersonic inflection point? Oceanside says, this game, like as soon as possible. I don't know what that means. It does as soon as... The thing is, you got to go... The point of my question is you have to go looking for the rings, right? So if you know where a lot of them are, you can get most of them by the end of Zone 1, right? So I guess the question is, do you know... When is usually the point where you normally tend to get them? Is it Hydro City Zone, or is it Marble Garden, or is it one of the other ones I've forgotten? Ice Cap. Sonic 2 never memorised the patterns so very late. That's fair enough. The good thing about Sonic 2 is that it gives you a lot of chances because it all depends on the star posts, and there's loads of star posts. Pokeanime Matt, would you like a Sonic rhythm game? I really like the Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, and I think a Sonic one could play similar to Harmonite, which was made by Game Freak of Pokemon fame. I think I would. I mean, one of the things that most people remember about Sonic games, one of the things they say is just completely god tier, consistently, is the music. I mean, they say that about most Sega games, to be honest. Like, the gameplay is usually hit and miss from project to project, but it's the music that really sells it to you. That's the music that makes you go, yeah, that's a Sega game. So I think I could vibe with it. I think the fact that Samba de Amigo is kind of seeing a bit of a comeback, or at least Sega's trying with it, you know, means that it could be possible, could be done. I'm not saying they'll make a Samba de Amigo Sonic Edition, but you know, I'd play a rhythm Sonic game. But you'd have to do. I'd want to see something unique to it, right? I wouldn't be able to like. I think a good idea of a Sonic game would be because Sonic, the whole idea of Sonic is that he keeps moving, right? So it would be a case of getting the timings right on like the rhythm sections. I could see it being like tied to actually playing well as Sonic in like a green hill zone environment or something. Like you see Sonic running down a hill, and he's about to like jump this chasm, but he only does it like well enough if you time your button presses to the rhythm pretty well, right? You know, like I think one of the games that really speaks to me in terms of like how the music flows with the action on screen a lot is Sonic Advance 2. There's a lot that I don't really gel with Sonic Advance 2 on, but I would say definitely the way the music just kind of works with the environment, like Leaf Forest Zone, the way the tempo goes in that stage, while you're kind of belting it down the road as Sonic, you kind of feel the music is like part of that whole experience in a way that you don't really feel, or you feel differently with other Sonic games. What the hell happened there? No, it's gonna take me forever. Boo pants. I hate this boss. Ah! Almost. So yeah, long story short is I would definitely like to see a I would like to see a rhythm game. But I think it'd be cool if it was like done differently, like not just a straight rhythm game, like it's done like in an interesting way. A lot of people say Marble Garden Act 1 in Sonic 3 to get Supersonic as early as they can. I mean, it's the same for me. Like, consistently. Like, if I was really trying, I could probably... Actually, no. I don't think I could do Hydro City. I don't think that would count. It's just there's a cut. The thing is, trying to find the special rings in Hydro City is just a ball ache. I just can't be bothered. So easier to just like... Marble Garden is one of those stages where the downside of it is that it's really slow, which kind of, you could argue it kills your kind of overall flow of Sonic 3, but I think the benefit to that is that you feel like you can just kind of take your time with it a little bit more, especially with those spinning disc things that are really weird, like because you're forced to go slow as you go up and down on those things. You kind of feel like you have no choice but to kind of really explore. Like the only, like my only, I know there was a ring or two in like Act 1 somewhere. I know roughly where that is. But in Act 2, the only real one I know is, it's not in this one, it's the next one that looks like this. There's an area that looks just like this in a little while, and there's a ring in the wall here. But that's it. That's all I know. And I can't, oh! I did it! Cool. I usually don't get to go in that bit. Oh, you fanny. Bosh. I feel like I'm going to have to make a decision on the present thing myself. Which is fine, I think I've got an idea. No one wants to be held accountable. No one wants to be rude. No one wants to shatter another person's dreams. I'm happy shattering someone's dreams. To be honest, it's like a 20-year-old game anyway, who cares? Right, it's here. Ah, you bumhole! Let me up. I can't believe you almost did it again. Right, here we go. Oh, how am I going to do with this one? Because, honestly, I'm so tired. But, we'll see if I can do it perfect on this one. The problem is, once you do this bit, it gets crazy fast. And there's a bit where you have to jump over the bumpers. And I am not sure I'm ready for that at this time of evening. Right, where is it? I've got to try and find it. I'll find it first. There we go. Oh, why does it do that? Oof! I did it! Whee! Okay, there we go. All good in the hood. Just smooth sailing now. That's my perfect locked in, unless I completely faff it up. Do 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 do. Oh, okay. Oh right, that's why. There we go. Cause your sweetness is my weakness. That's it. Taking it home, lads. Perfecto All-Stars. Right, I don't know how much I'm going to play of this before I call it, and then make a decision on the prize winner, but maybe once I get to Marble Garden, because that's usually a mood killer for me. Oh, I'll fly up here. Yeah. Oh, hold on. There was another. I think I. No, I didn't go the way I wanted to go. There's an extra ring down there, I'm pretty sure. Never mind. Ooh. Oh. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Is that a thing up there? No, that's... I'm just being silly, I'm wasting time. Ooh. Or am I? Yes, I am. To be fair, the invincibility here doesn't really... Oh. Famous last words, isn't it? I'm literally about to say, the invincibility here doesn't really matter, does it? Because it's only a short corridor, and then I get dinged by that guy. Unbelievable. Unbelievable scenes. Do not enjoy that. Oh. Here we go. This is the one. I can't fly. Why am I not flying? Let me fly! Go on, Tails. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. He's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. No! Alright. Can I... Oh, you biffed me. You totally biffed me. Well, at least I'm where I want to be. Because where I want to be is up there. Okay. Let me remember this one. Okay. Okay, I remember this one. This one's easy. Just gotta try and remember to be in the right... Yep, this is the right one. Gotta get all the rings in here first. And then... it's smooth sailing. Yep, there we go. Pop, 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 pop. Good stuff. Let's keep this energy up, guys. Right, I've lost my bearings. That's not good. Is that the way? That's the way I wanted to go. There we go. There's your perfect. Right, bump. I'm not risking it doing the old jumping stuff. I'm not one of those speedrunners that knows exactly what time to jump and where and all the rest of it. Taking it nice and easy. I'm 2 away. Could potentially... No. I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to get... I don't think I'm going to find another one after this, actually, in Hydro City. I think it's Jova for me. It's going to be Marble Garden or Bust. Oh. I actually forgot. I've just backtracked. I keep doing this. Every single time I play this level, I'm like... Ooh. Secret route away, and then I end up having to do this section all over again because I'm an idiot. Right. Never mind. Let's do it. I ain't afraid no ghost. Oh, did it again. Nail up, Chuck. Let's go. Come on, up you get. Right, where's that cheeky boy Knuckles? Come on, Mr. Cheeky Boy. Woohoo! Whoop, whoop, and wah! Ah, I forgot I actually hate this boss. No. Well, at least I don't have to bother with the stupid water with Tails. Oh, fudge. Oh, I'm not risking that. Ah! Ah, got him! There we go. Right. That's a good place to end it, I think. Let's see Tails get shot up the arse with some water. Clean his bumhole. There we go. Dry it off good on the grass. There's a good fox. So, I think we have all come to a decision, which is there is no decision. So, let's pick the winner of DREADKNUX'S birthday bash. All the presents. Now, honourable mentions to everyone involved. So we had this lovely animation from Biafra Republic, which I can't show in full, unfortunately. You have to go on the website to see it. But it's essentially all my sprites that have been put against some nice rock, hard rock music, edgy music, whatever you want to call it, whatever your opinion is. That's the offering, for better or worse, and it's better for me. I like it. We've got Pete's entry, which is a really nice and heartfelt birthday message, which I won't play again, it's very long, of just our friendship generally, which I really like. But he also disqualifies himself because we are that close. So that is a shame, but also not a shame because I'm glad he did it anyway. So thank you, Pete. There's this blog, which I don't think is part of the contest. I think the guy just wanted to actually just say thank you for making the site to me, but I guess that counts. I'm going to count it anyway. So, but thank you very much, Mr. Shadow the Hedgehog N1. Don't know if that's a reference to Mass Effect, which is a series I also love, but never mind. Cuz did a blend of Sonic and Yakuza, another series I really, really love, with Kiryu dancing with Shadow the Hedgehog. Very nice. We've got Jody, who did this cool fan art of Amy doing happy 40th to me, which is really nice. Thank you. Appreciate being given a happy birthday by Amy Rose. That's very nice. And then there's this nice little postcard thing from Ratchet25 Tex, and I really love this. It's really cute. I love the party hat. That's very cool. Now, the 3 potential winners. We have Sage with this cool little someone's called it like Dread the Sketch Hog vibe thing going on. We've got this cool entry from Joseph the Jolly Fellow, which has Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm going to read this again because this made me laugh my ass off the first time I read it, and it's just going to happen again if I do it again, so I'm just going to do it again. Shadow the Hedgehog wearing the clothing Ethan Hunt wore at the beginning of Mission Impossible 2 when he was climbing up Dead Horse Point in Utah, which is a very specific thing. I very much appreciate the levels of creativity here. Even if you don't win, I just want to say I love this. I love the thoughts that gather in your head. Let me just say that's how I want to convey my thoughts to you, Joseph the Jolly Fellow. Thank you very much. And then there's Cosmic Chaos with this amazing art piece of Sonic fighting Shadow, fighting Knuckles, and I love just the rendition of each character. Cosmic Chaos has given each of them, like they're very faithful to the original characters, but they've also got their own kind of style that's very like fan made and authentic in that way. So very cool entries, all very cool. Last minute happy birthday from Kevin W23. Thank you very much. Happy birthday to me. Thank you. So I thought long and hard about it. I asked chat to think long and hard about it. Chat didn't bother, so you get a failing grade. But I have decided, with my heart of hearts, my guts of guts, that the winner of my 40th birthday contest goes to Sage, with this amazing rendition of DREADKNUX'S having a birthday cake. And you know, it kind of fits the brief in every single way, right? Because the prize, the nature of the contest, the everything, it's just all about being retro, right? I'm now of the age where I'm going to start thinking about back in the good old days and getting my old Zimmer frame out, and I'm going to start getting midlife crises and all that stuff. So thinking back to the past, and the prizes were also very retro in style, right? It's all stuff from 2001. So having an entry and a present that is just my character from like 2003 fits that brief perfectly. So, you know, that's it. That's all I have to say. Congratulations, Sage. I'm going to make that announcement on the actual blog post very soon, probably before I head to bed. But I figured get this announced, and yeah. So congratulations, Sage. Yay! You win. I'm going to try and dig this out again. Sonic the Comic, issue 23. Apologies, but I think it's a reprint. I don't think it's original. The thing. Where did I put the other stuff? Oh, there it is. Now Dance 2000, so you can listen to some cool hot beat classics, and you get the Sonic 10th anniversary pack, which includes CD. It includes coin and includes art book that keeps falling out because it's not secured very well in this whole thing. just to let you know, in Japan, this was actually presented in its own cool little box, which I don't know if you can see on the shelf or anything, but it's kind of there. In Europe, I don't know if this happened in the US, but in Europe, you just got this on its own. So the reason you get this on its own without the whole Japanese release hoo-ha gift gaff is because this is meant to represent the European version of the game and the European release of it and all the European stuff, which is why you get Sonic the Comic as well, not an Archie thing. Because we're going into my abode, we're going into my head, we're going into my world, circa 2001, and obviously I was a wee British boy back then. So, and obviously a copy of Sonic Adventure 2 on a Dreamcast, which is now worth stupid amounts of money for some reason. But why not, eh? Because it's one of the legit ways you can play it. It's I said this at the time, right? When Sonic Adventure 2 Battle came out on the GameCube, I said this is a great port of a great game, but Dreamcast version just hits better. So you're getting all the vibes, and not pictured, a copy of Mission Impossible 2 on UK DVD. So make sure you have the relevant DVD player for that. Well, I mean, make sure you have a DVD player at all, right? Because who the hell has one anymore? But that's part of the joke, right? It's part of the gag. So, well done, Sage. You win all those lovely prizes. I'll be in touch soon to be able to figure out how to get all this to you. And yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate the efforts and appreciate the time. So, that's the game. That's the one I wanted. Why has that happened? There we go. Yeah, long and short of it is this has been a great birthday. I've had a great time. I've really enjoyed doing a stream with you guys, and I know it's been a while, and I know, maybe it's been like not as active as some of the other streams we've done for like Sega Sonic Radio or Sonic Talk or anything like that. But I want to start doing this more often. So maybe I just do a state of the community or state of the Sonic internet or something every month, and we just chat for a bit, and we just figure it out. I miss being able to do that with you guys, so maybe that's the vibe. Let us know if you want to see that in well, the chat's going to die in a minute because we're gonna wrap this up very soon, but just let me know on Sonic Stadium if that's what you want to see, or not. So, and we will plan that accordingly, but one way or another I want to get my face back out there and figure that out. But yeah, the time has come, I'm afraid, for such sweet sorrow parting. It is now nearly 12:30 midnight in the evening UK time, so it's time for me to call it a night. I am now officially very old. My 40th actual birth date was round about 10:48 p.m. So I have officially been 40 years old for about an hour or so. So very fun fact. But yeah, before I wrap this up, let me just say thank you all guys for being here. Shout out to everyone in the chat who's come and taken the time to watch me fart my way through Sonic 1 Game Gear and a little bit of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Thank you for indulging me in stories and whatnot. We'll do this again soon, no doubt, as well. And keep your eyes peeled for a couple of things. First of all, there's going to be a couple of changes on the Sonic Stadium website very soon. I won't go into it to upset people, but there's going to be some changes, features that are coming, features that are going. It's all on the website, reasons why. So read up on it if you want to know more. But we are preparing for a big change, big upgrade to the system. So Sonic Stadium is going to get reinvented, reimagined, and I'll have more to share with you on that in the coming weeks. So look forward to that. Thank you very much. And the other thing to say is, what's the other thing? Oh yeah, SonicCon UK. I said it before, but I'll be a guest there at the show in London on the 1st of November. If you're going there too, please feel free to say hi. Let's talk, let's be pals, let's be Sonic friends, or whatever you call them. I'm thinking of doing a panel there as well, just about the broader history of the Sonic community and Sonic Stadium and our role in that, and what we've kind of endured as a fandom over the last 25 years. So I've got to